personally, I felt like they could have let it slide and it would have been fine. We were understandably upset. The thing is, they really could have disarmed the situation immediately if they're just like, you know what, I didn't appreciate being talked about that. Like, we don't support that at all. Whatever, something like that, you know. But they refuse to ever say they don't support it, or that they don't support the people that did it.
Is that all the fucking disclosures he's got? Hold on here. Let's play around with my new yeah, there we go. So we can full screen this. There we go. Not a financial advisor, not a drug user, smoked crack only once. Obviously a joke, but that'll get rolled with at some point too. Is Jewish, pays employees a competitive wage, not slaves. Ethan is currently joking. The fact that he has to add one for that and has Tourette's when he's doing his tics. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Smart though, smart to have the disclaimers.
Made a statement about it and said that she does not condone calling CPS.
So we're talking about CPS. One, I don't condone. Two, I've never condoned it.
This is just, he has the brain.
Yeah, but this happened after the fact. Like, the whole point, I mean, Ethan's got to say that at some point, right? Like, the whole point in bringing up the CPS thing in Denims is that when everyone in her chat at the time was screaming, call CPS, and she read it, she didn't tell them not to. Then CPS got called, and on her next stream, she's going, I don't condone it. Well, it's too late now. It already happened. You had your chance to stop it, and you didn't. It was very clear what your chat was about to do, and then they did it.
Of a baby. I don't give a fuck if she condones it after the fact. The point is that she irresponsibly showed bad empanada, saying that my kids were crawling around eating dog shit. Can we please be real for a second?
All right, so this is the second and last part. He finished it on a separate podcast. The H3 reaction to the iDubbbz content deputy continues. We'll be watching this. I'm playing some Fortnite, just kind of chilling out with you guys. And if we got time, we may cover some other content here on the stream. So you boys lock in, because it's going to be a fun-filled stream tonight, baby. Go ahead and get this started so I can adjust my volumes and stuff here.
This is not the timestamp. I remember saying we stopped at 17 minutes.
Oh, I thought we had a timestamp at the pause point.
That's what it says, but it just opened.
Oh God, this is a boring clip. I thought we had a better clip. Jeez, next time.
I don't know why I remember this, but I think we stopped at 17 minents.
I think it's probably good.
Bro, give me the meat of the clip.
That sounds about right.
How's that sound, guys?
And 20 seconds, actually, to be even more specific. I remember that. I'm going to play it.
This crap is a mess, and I don't know how deep anyone can go without getting into politics. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Audio's good? All right, sweet.
So,
yeah, I'm trying to cover just the drama portion between the two of them, like the iDubbbz. Like, I care about the iDubbbz Ethan part. I don't care about the... Unfortunately, if you get into, like, the Ethan Hassan stuff, that's all political. But the iDubbbz Ethan part, I feel like there's some political stuff in there, like some reasons he's mad, or like, but that seems to be more focused on just their friendship and iDubbbz being a piece of shit and siding with the people who called CPS on. Like, that's more what I care about, that real world drama stuff. Like, their political opinions I don't care about. That's stuff I don't know about. I'm just, yeah, that's got nothing to do with me. So I kind of try to stay out of politics, but I do care about the drama. So, all right, let's see. He should be picking up where he left off.
Who's seeing that
family.
content
Yeah, there we go.
might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not...
Okay, never mind. Fuck this guy. I'm back. Fuck you.
Okay.
Dumbass loser.
All right, there we go. He found where he was. And he's immediately back in the headspace, too. Holy shit. All right. We're hitting the ground running tonight, boys. It's going to be good.
Not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having giardia, him and his whole family having giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now what Ethan does...
The dreaded poop house.
They're all calling it that. The poop house.
People, they're calling it...
It's the Caca Castle. God, I gotta start leaving comments on his videos. Maybe I'll get shown in one of these. Gotta get my name out there, you know, get some recognition. That's how you do it.
The poop house. Everybody's calling it the poop house.
The Klein house is not a place to be for kids.
Poopy house.
Did we show how the person who left the poop house comment, or no, it was one of the comments was like, I was
Klein,
just
I think.
Kaka Klein's.
Yeah.
Did we show that? I think we did.
I think
so,
we
yeah.
talked about it.
we did.
Yeah.
I
There's a lot of those shows.
I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna let it play.
Keep playing it.
Does, instead of taking any responsibility for sharing too much on his live stream, is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of the CPS call because her...
Bro, there's no denying that. Let's see. I'm sure he'll show a fair assessment of what Denims was saying 3 days before.
chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning.
Is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be... Ethan is attempting to smear Denims, who did not condone the call. What does that have to do with anything? Forcibly removed from us by Child Protective...
Yeah, he misses the point entirely so hard here. It's not that she didn't condone the call. It's that she didn't condemn it. Like, her chat's screaming that they're going to do it before it happens, and she said nothing. And in a case like that, inaction is action. Or, as iDubbbz would say, her silence means something. Yeah, her silence meant something there. It meant that she was cool with it happening. And then wants to, like, disavow after it happens as a way to save face. Which Ethan saw right through, and iDubbbz is, like, playing victim over. Like, they have this playbook that they go with, and it's so predictable. Fire shots. When shots get fired back, play victim. Rinse, repeat. Oh, yeah, and gaslight before you repeat. Yeah, don't forget that part.
Services.
The problem with this CPS thing is that Ethan has proven to be a manipulative piece of shit. So when he calls on me to defend him,
You got me.
What the fuck am I meant to do? I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you because in your video...
I'm not going to be reacting as much during this part because I feel like he covered this one in the last time we watched it, so I'm waiting for him to get caught up to exactly where he was because I think he's gone back a little bit.
Defending yourself, you used a video that takes context from...
Guys, get ready to have your mind blown.
Okay.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in any video ever. This is the... Get ready.
like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you.
Love made a good point. You said, is this every comment? I believe this is a live feed of the chat. This isn't edited.
What about the top right? I thought these were
No, it's
selected.
this, I think when you full screen it, no, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat. It's just enlarged
Oh,
there,
really?
over the screen, yeah.
They're different.
Oh, so at first I made that mistake. I genuinely thought that.
You're a boomer.
But then,
We know.
like soon
booming.
afterwards,
Yeah, I mean, we were arguing with
corrected
you about it. Love corrected you.
Yeah, you were being a boomer, but
Yeah.
I think it was very clear for most
Yeah,
people
don't
watching
understand
that
that.
you were.
I think you were the only one that thought that.
I'm a lefty. I'm generally on Hassan and iDubbbz's side, but they should have come out against the CPS crap, and a lefty should know better. Yeah, and I got no problem with people being like, it's fine if you agree with their politics. It's the people who play like the politics team sports shit that piss me off. Like, no side of politics. I don't care if you're right, left, center, front, back, up, down, whatever. I guess I'm like center or independent because I just form independent thoughts and agree with the people when they have points I agree with, and then call them out when they have points I don't. The people who play the team sports, though, don't do that part. They don't do the call them out when they have points I don't agree with. It's I have to agree with everything this side says no matter what. And that's the part that drives me insane. There's like some off the wall fucking shit that the right has said that I'll call out. There's some off the wall fucking shit that the left has said that I'll call out. And I've reached the point on Twitter. If you guys follow my Twitter, like I've reached the point on there where I think both sides just hate me equally now. Like I don't think I have fans on either. Like I'm just alienating everybody at this point, but I can't do that. Like I'm gonna blue no matter who, or Trump for life, or like, I can't do that with either side. Like, no side's perfect. You're gonna make mistakes, and it's in the best interest of either side to have people that will call you out when you make a mistake so that you can correct it. And I feel like when it comes to online influencers, that just straight up doesn't happen 90% of the time. Hassan is audience captured. Hassan is absolutely audience captured, more so than Ethan. That much I will say. Ethan definitely has a bigger audience of people who are just there for the comedy or for the memes, where Hassan's audience is almost 100% there for the politics. I mean, sure, there's like a section of Hassan's audience that are like, teenage to middle-aged women who goon over him, and they're probably watching him on mute. But the ones who are actually listening to him are there for the politics, and they just want to hear their talking points. They don't want to hear disagreement. They don't want to hear pushback. And if he gives any of it, then he immediately has to walk it back. Like, he's audience captured, which is why he's scared of debates. He doesn't watch his own clips and that kind of thing. Neither side's perfect. I don't think Hassan's wrong 100% of the time, which is something that Hassan haters won't want to hear me say. I can admit that. There's times when he's right, when he does say stuff that's right, even if he says it in a poor way. Like a prime example, when he said that that streaming, because I don't really care about the politics stuff, but I'll comment on the other stuff he says. So when he says that streaming is a socially, drains your social battery and it's a hard job, yeah, comparing it to a 9-to-5 was stupid, but I got his point. He's not wrong. It is a socially draining job. If I did this for 8 to 12 hours a day, I mean, I do a couple hours a night for fun. If I did this for 8 to 12 hours a day, like if I was doing this for a living, I probably wouldn't have a social life either. Like, I'd be just, that's 8 to 12 hours talking to a massive amount of people like he is, and spending that much time, not to mention all the extra time you're probably spending on social media when you're not streaming. Yeah, you're just fuck people at that point. I just want to sit alone and chill after. Like, I totally get what he was trying to say, but because he said it in such a poor way, everybody just ran with that one clip. You watch the greater context, like, it's clear what he was trying to say. I can admit that. I'm not one of those people who's going to pull up that clip. I mean, I will pull it up and laugh at him because he did say it in a stupid way, but I'll include the context. Most people just pull up the clip where he says it in a dumb way. They don't include the context, and they make him look like the biggest, entitled moron on the fucking planet. There's plenty of times he was a big entitled moron, but I feel like that was one of the weaker ones. I think Hassan is a clout monster. Oh, he is straight up a clout monster. Yeah, I'll agree with you there. He will throw leftists under the bus if it defends him. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing. I hate the him versus Destiny shit, because this is when the team sports politics shows the most, because there's an alternate timeline where Hassan and Destiny never had a falling out. Like, their big fight never happened and they remained friends. Where Hassan would actually be defending Destiny sharing a sex tape. Like, he would defend all of the stuff that Destiny's done because he's good for the left. We need him. We need, his voice is too powerful to let something this small, and then it's not that big a deal, guy. I could see him defending it instead of condemning him for it because it's for the greater good. There's a timeline where that would absolutely happen. And the fact that no one's willing to admit that because you're either, it's Civil War time, you team Hassan or you team Destiny. Yeah, it's the team sports thing that I don't like, especially when it's so obvious, like, that I don't even think you're agreeing with the stuff that you're saying, that damn well that if things had gone slightly differently, there's a world in which you would actually be defending or at least excusing this and sweeping it under the rug. That's what I think. I'll be straight up though, I don't like Destiny at all and don't defend him. I'm not gonna say I like it. Look, I don't like any of them as people. Again, I look at their like ideas and stuff in a bubble. Separated, I have the ability to separate the art from the artist. I've seen a lot of clips of Destiny that I absolutely agree with. He's not a dumb guy. There's a lot of political stuff that he says that makes sense to me. There's some stuff that Hassan says that makes sense to me. I can separate the art from the artist. Do I think either one of them are the kind of people I'd want to, quote unquote, have a beer with and hang out with? No. They look like insufferable people to be around. But if I had to send someone in to do a debate, if I was a politician and I had to send someone in to do a debate from my side, I could see picking either one of them under certain circumstances depending on the topic. I can just admit that. Just like I can still listen to R. Kelly's music even after his conviction.
Yeah.
Well, right. Okay, maybe. But then her explanation is just like, oh, yeah, that was only 50 messages over 5 minutes.
Right. This argument.
I'm like, that sounds horrible.
Right.
This is not what podcasting is.
This argument.
I love that. The guy with like 300 viewers on average, like max, that watch his podcast is going to tell the guy with 30,000 viewers average on his podcast what podcasting is. This is like a SoundCloud. This is like a rapper from SoundCloud calling up Eminem to give him advice. This is so fucking stupid.
Yes.
Let me play it.
Those.
I mean, Destiny's good at just cutting through the bullshit. And there are plenty of times when he's pushed back, like, to Destiny's credit, from the clips that I've seen. Again, I don't watch his streams. I don't watch I don't watch Hassan streams either. So I don't watch the totality of their content. I'm just talking clips I've seen. But there are plenty of times I've seen Destiny push back against the left. Like, there's a clip that showed up in my Twitter feed this morning with Destiny pushing back against a leftist over Israel and Palestine, which, again, I don't know much about that conflict. I just like the look on the kid's face when he asked Destiny how he would settle the conflict, what a two-state solution meant or whatever. And Destiny's response just blew this kid's mind. And this is a guy on the left. This is a guy who's supposed to be on his side. So he'll do it to both sides, to his credit. He's just more, he feels like a lot of his stuff just comes based in reality and logic, where a lot of Hassan's stuff is more ideologically driven, which, to Hassan's credit, he'll admit that what he's doing is straight up propaganda. It's straight up propaganda, but he'll admit that. To whereas Destiny's just, dude, we don't need to lie. We can just tell the truth. You're gonna get caught if you, yeah. So there's merits on both sides, is what I'm saying, and I can see them both. And Ethan, I watch cause funny. I don't really get into Ethan's politics either. I know probably the least about Ethan's politics than any of them, but Ethan's just entertaining to watch. I mean, he is a funny guy.
Those chat messages are not the entirety of the chat. That's correct. It's just some of the chat. I don't personally think that makes it much better.
Completely immaterial.
All right.
I hate this point in particular because everybody's acting like they can't tell what's going on here. It's the wild part is iDub shows this clip after just doing the same thing with Ethan's chat, where he handpicked messages, and what? So it's okay when iDub does it because he shows them on the screen one at a time instead of just showing a cutout of the chat itself. The difference between what Ethan's doing here and what iDubbbz did there is at least they're leaving the original chat above her head so you can see the entirety of the context. I think you'd have to be an absolute fucking moron to not tell that the part scrolling up in the middle is an image. It's a screenshot of a section of chat that's scrolling up that's just showing you, hey, here's an example of what her chat looked like, scrolled at a pace that you can actually read. But they left the original chat in the corner, so if you want to be that guy who has to pause every 2 seconds because her chat is moving so fast to read them, you'll see that part of the chat show up eventually, and then you'll see all the parts before and after it. You would have to be an absolute fucking retard to not tell that's what's happening here.
Considering how many there are. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not timed. It's not timed the same way.
But it sounds like based on this clip,
he is doing kind of a terrible job of explaining it, but I got, like, I didn't have to have it explained to me to look at that and instantly go, oh, okay, so that's a cutout of the chat. Yeah.
you knew that it was bullshit, and you just went with it anyway.
So he's suggesting that the messages were fabricated or something. They were all very real, my friend. And she doesn't even deny that, you dipshit.
Klein uses this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all.
There's absolutely nothing deception about the editing. I would argue that what he did, where he cut out individual messages and have them pop up fucking TRL style. By the way, to my younger viewers who don't know what TRL is, Google TRL MTV 90s. It's a fun trip. But having them pop up TRL style just all over the screen with zero context, where this context is left in the corner, I don't understand how you think the way you did it was okay, but this is deceptive. How was yours not more deceptive then? At least he left the original context in.
All of Denham's chat, but that's not what it is. And then when he's called out on it, he hides it. He moves his window over the real chat.
Also, this is not
Okay, it was my understanding that this probably wasn't like an intentional thing to hide it. He was just trying to get out of the way of the bigger chat because that's the one his chat was telling him he was trying to read. And it's my understanding that Ethan doesn't even control the camera placement on his own podcast. That's one of the producers, one of the guys in the booths. So Ethan may not have even known his camera moved here.
not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly.
Hey, genius, where was we supposed to put the video? Over her fucking face or over the chat we're looking at?
You put it over her streaming personalities, but then you'll lose viewers.
Why'd you do that, Ethan?
Yeah, why'd you
do that,
By the
bro?
way,
Why'd you do that, dude?
By the way, Ian knows I have a live switcher. He's done this show many times. How the fuck am I switching? That's not my...
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, iDubbbz has been there and done that podcast. He knows how it works. He knows that Ethan doesn't have that control panel in front of him. Ethan's not the one making those decisions or changing changing the scenes and shit. He's not doing it like I am, where I'm hooking up this... I've got this fucking Rube Goldberg machine set up in front of me just so I can do it all as a one-man show. I'm like the fucking one-man band from Mary Poppins. I got a fucking foot pedal to pause the videos, and I gotta take my hand off the controller. Look, there it is.
Hey,
there it is. I'm tapping the fucking I don't think Ethan's doing what I'm doing here. Jesus Christ.
Have sent a little message.
Nate it's such a stupid fucking point.
Yeah, I'm shooting.
His claim is that I'm covering this window to obscure my shameless lie. And even if that's true,
I don't know, a lot of his arguments, like this one, like these dumber arguments here that are easily explained away, it just feels like he's grasping at straws to have something to complain about to fill time on this video. This I mean, I said it last time, but I'll say it again. This is not a content cop or deputy. This is us getting hoodwinked. This is an iDubbbz complains disguising itself as like we got bait and switched. We came here for a content cop or a content deputy, and instead he gave us iDubbbz complains.
it's dumb as fuck because at certain points he shows that part is not even covered up. Even as it is.
Small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses,
reading the chat, co-signing
it's very,
it.
very, very dangerous.
Now pay attention to her chat. Bro, look. You can see the chat already here. We put it in front of her face, and then we move it so you can see her face. The chat's here in your own fucking call out.
Housekeeper anymore.
If I was trying to hide it, I'd leave the window there the whole time.
Wait, it's
like you can see it lining up. Like context was left in. Like I'm sorry, this is stupid. This whole point he's trying to make just doesn't hold water for me. I don't think it does for them either. But yeah, it's stupid.
Says example 2, Ethan covering the real chat. So is it about to move in a moment?
Yes.
See, he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit.
Checkmate.
And he has kids, and his kids like.
Why does it have to be anyone?
Bro, are you actually not? Okay, Ian, you tell me where should we put that? Where should we have put that? Where would have been better? Holy shit, dude.
And
I
his
guess
kids
you
like.
could argue that we
does it
should have
have
just
to be
taken you off the screen entirely.
That'd be fine. If you have criticism for Nate, he's back over there.
I'm gonna have a talk with him after the show today.
Nate, you did great. You did nothing.
you.
You did nothing wrong at all. That was the correct place to put it. I mean, that window was very small and.
Yeah, so it was Nate. It was his producer that moved it. So he wasn't even aware it got moved at the time. Which props to him for going to bat for his producer here and not just throwing him under the bus. I feel like that's something Hassan would have done, is throw him under the bus.
It was immaterial. You were not wrong. Capiche?
anyone else's fault but your own. Take some fucking responsibility. It's just so bizarre that Ethan would expect an East.
Now, you want to know what a dumb piece of shit he is? Either fully incompetent or fully malicious, but either way, fully a total dumbass. And that last clip he showed, he accuses me of covering up the chat to hide my shame that it's a fabrication. Wow, Ethan is such a bad... Let's go to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes before this clip he played. Dude, and he's so mean to denims.
And then there's the one thing I forgot we do need to mention is that the top right is the full chat, right?
Yeah. So just to make a...
So they even explain it before they show it to let everyone know, hey, this is what you're about to watch, and explain the context and what to look at. I don't. This is stupid. Like, how much more transparency do you need? Should he have just turned his camera off entirely so people couldn't see his reaction in his reaction clip? Is that what you wanted him to do?
A correction.
Okay.
This is the live chat.
Okay.
This is a highlight of all the CPS calls, which, by the way, is extraordinarily large amount. It's something like 50-something chats over the course of like 3 minutes. This is what happened when you pull clips from Snark. You look like a fucking idiot because these people are liars, malicious liars. This was 2 minutes before the clip you showed. 2. How'd you miss that one, bud?
Because he didn't pull up your podcast. It's not like someone sent him a timestamp on your podcast. They sent an already edited clip. So it's not like he could rewind back 2 minutes to get context. He only got that clip. He never went to your podcast. He never wanted to give you the view. He wouldn't even go watch your podcast once to do research and give you one view because he didn't want to make that number go up by 1. He didn't even want to give you the satisfaction of a view. And it shows because there was just no research done. No context for the clip. Which if he was smart, he would know that he could just download your podcast using a downloader tool and then watch it offline so you still don't get the view. But whatever, like, there was just minimal effort put into this. He was given his marching orders, he was given his talking points, and he ran with them. That's what happened here. This was the hazing ritual, the buy-in to be part of Hassan's crew. This was the price he had to pay to be an orbiter, and he ran with it, and he's still running with it.
You couldn't be fucked to watch 2 minutes before? And that is basically your entire chat putting forth this notion.
Because Hassan and crew don't care if you get embarrassed in the process. They don't give a fuck. You're a tool to be used. You're a lamb for the slaughter. You're a means to an end. Nothing more. Make no mistake about it. That's what's happening here. And as soon as he's no longer useful to them or he steps out of line, they will throw him away. Mark my words, that will happen. Unless he's going to be a good little dog. Sorry, I'm Alex reference. Unless he's going to be a good little dog like Mike from PA.
Of calling CPS unmoderated.
I think it's his wife that's going to get them like kicked off or expelled from the friend group before Ian, because Ian seems to have a humiliation fetish. I think he likes the whole getting embarrassed thing. He seems to like that man does not pass up an opportunity to apologize for something. So I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. I think it's his wife that's going to end up leading to, mark my words, there will be a fallout between him and Hassan. Like that will happen. But I think it'll be his wife that triggers it and not him.
Unchecked, uncorrected. This is the behavior that Ian, I feel like we explained that pretty clear.
You did.
I feel like people do this all the time too these days. Like we try to disclose something as clear as possible and then they're like, we don't need that part.
Yep. That's exactly what's happening.
That's why we
need this disclosure.
I was about to say, that's why we got the new graphic.
That added a disclosure graphic.
Just all of them at once.
Yeah. Just leave that on, Nate.
This is not out of context. Maybe
he bent down when he swung over right as I shot. Like the animation saved him right there.
There's more something like this is not the full context of the clip.
That's funny.
Right.
Just
Is that all the fucking disclosures he's got? Hold on here. Let's play around with my new stuff. Didn't I add a new one? Yeah, there we go. So we can so we can full screen this. There we go. Not a financial advisor, not a drug user, smoked crack only once. Obviously a joke, but that'll get rolled with at some point too. Is Jewish, pays employees a competitive wage, not slaves. Ethan is currently joking. The fact that he has to add one for that and has Tourette's when he's doing his tics. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Smart though. Smart to have the disclaimers.
Just to get ahead of it.
This
is going to be a bit. And they're definitely going to be adding more. So keep an eye on that roster of disclaimers because it's going to get longer. This is going to be an ongoing running gag.
There is the existence of time and space prior to and following this.
Correct.
This clip.
Correct. What a dumbass loser, idiot. This is the content cop guy. I mean, talk about sloppy and loser behavior. What a dumbass. Can't believe I felt bad for you. By the way, Anissa reached out. She wants to meet at the Motel 6 tonight at 11.
Excuse me?
Oh, he's running that joke. He is running that joke into the ground. And she's the cuck.
Because I'm going to fuck him for her? Because she's the cuck?
Yeah,
no good?
Okay.
To call back to the joke.
Him.
Yes,
right.
Him.
Anissa reached out to me.
You know, the first time that you made the Anissa the cuck joke, it hit really good.
Well,
and I feel like each subsequent one we're getting further and further.
What was wrong with the one with that? I thought that
it just sounded weird.
It's called a callback, Dan. You just didn't get the callback. You had to have it clarified to you, which means you weren't paying attention at your job. I'm just kidding.
Weird. Kind of creepy.
Well, it is.
It's supposed to be creepy. That's the joke.
That's her thing. I wasn't going to show up, by the way.
Okay.
I was gonna send fake Ethan.
Jewish.
Thank you for the dono, Teal Bear. Teal Bear Owl? Owl? I think I said your name right. Welcome aboard, though. We are watching Ethan's reaction to the content deputy. And he has added disclaimers to the screen to show you when he's having Tourette's or when he's being Jewish or any of the things that they're going to call him out for, which I think is clever and funny.
Stop talking about Jewish people. Thank you, Nate.
Statement when Denham's herself already made a statement about it and said that she does not condone calling CPS.
So we're talking about CPS. One, I don't condone. Two, I've never condoned it.
This is just, he has the brain.
Yeah, but this happened after the fact. Like, the whole point, I mean, Ethan's got to say that at some point, right? Like, the whole point in bringing up the CPS thing in Denham's is that when everyone in her chat at the time was screaming, call CPS, and she read it, she didn't tell them not to. Then CPS got called, and on her next stream, she's going, I don't condone it. Well, it's too late now. It already happened. You had your chance to stop it, and you didn't. It was very clear what your chat was about to do, and then they did it.
Of a baby. I don't give a fuck if she condones it after the fact. The point is that she irresponsibly showed bad empanada saying that my kids were crawling around eating dog shit. Can we please be real for a second? Please. Begging you.
And you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this because it doesn't exist. I've literally...
Yeah, I never...
Yeah, but you also won't find a clip of you saying, don't do this. And that's the problem.
Accuse you of that. It's still your fault. In my opinion, dummy, loser, idiot.
Really given.
And that's the part he needs to say, because otherwise he's not coming across clear, and they're gonna, yeah, like he needs to say that part. He needs to say no. It's the fact that you didn't say not to. It's not the part that you said. I mean, it would have been worse if you told them to do it, but the fact that you didn't tell them not to, also bad.
And Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again.
Because we're on a delay. They're only now getting to the Anissa hotel thing.
It's funny. They're laughing, right?
Like,
Jewish.
No, everybody loved that.
I don't think so.
I did. I'll admit it. It was a good joke. I got the call back.
No, you got it all wrong.
And I think if people are being 100% honest, they'd give you a different answer than what you're expecting.
That's what I'm saying. She said, hey, Ethan, meet me at the Motel 6 tonight at 11.
We'll leave the light on for you. Come on, there's so many ways you can take this joke to make it good. Come on, man.
Jewish.
Yeah, it just.
But that's where the cuck chair is, right? It's in the Motel 6 or something.
Yeah.
It looks like
It's
a
just
motel.
the delivery, and it's just there's a few.
I did not deliver it with a lot of confidence.
You have to know the context of the previous joke. That's
Right.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a callback. He needs to just say it's a callback. Also, come on. Do the we'll leave the light on for you. Come on, come on.
That too. It relies. It's kind of a callback, and the
It's right fucking there, man.
callback is from 2 days ago, so it just
Yeah,
it's kind of like a whoa moment.
it's a three-parter.
It's for the fans. It's for the dedicated fans who watch every episode. And those who don't get it will think he's just saying something. Yeah, like they just won't get it. It's okay to have jokes like that. I appreciate it.
Gotta wake people up, you know?
See if they're paying attention.
That conversation was a little, you know.
Okay, to be fair, one person in all caps said, Dan, it was funny. So
Thank
you
you.
got them.
Thank you,
That's
one guy.
What's their name?
Well,
God, see, I gotta get in this chat. Oh, I could have got a shout out right here because I'd have been that guy. God, I gotta start watching. When does he actually go live with this podcast? I gotta get in his chat.
Cat Sunday.
Cat Sunday. I see.
It's a dumb name. My name's cooler than his. Should have been my name up there.
You.
Right now for not showing photos of his kids.
Part of my criticisms of Ethan initially was the openness. I think it's a problem that you are that open, Ethan.
I think you should mind your own fucking business about how I do my podcast. I mean, yours has like 3,000 views. Maybe you should, if anyone, you know who's being too open? You.
3,000? When did he get a bump? Oh, because he started working with this on. Got it. I was like, when did he get the bump? But yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because last I saw it was like 300. Like, some of my videos had more views than his podcast, which is wild. If you'd have told me in 2016 that one day I'd make a video that had more views than and a video with iDubbbz in it, I'd have thought you were fucking crazy.
Mr. fucking poo-poo in your pants.
Horrible.
Mr. Make a diarrhea in your pants.
Horrible.
I mean, you would do the same.
Yeah, but I'm not embarrassed by it. Anissa humiliated this poor man. Don't make me pull it up again.
Yeah, but humiliating him is how he gets hard, so it's not like he cares. No, he cares. He wanted it. He was fine with it. This is why I married her. You cannot convince me otherwise.
This man has told me what podcasting is and how open to be emotionally with my audience. Any other pointers, podcasting master Ian? Well, you know I'm very open about everything. As part of how I wanted to conduct myself and how I wanted to relate to the audience is to be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
It is not strictly a benefit to be as open as possible on your podcast.
It's...
You know what? That part's fair.
Listen, you can have your opinion about it, but this is how I decided to do the show. And I personally think that it's working. And I'm being genuine and I'm being myself, Ian. That is a foreign, I know that's a foreign concept to you. He's trying to find himself. He doesn't know who he is. As Hassan said, he looked in the mirror. He doesn't recognize himself anymore. You know, but this is my decision. Dummy, loser, idiot, scumbag, dork, caca pants, poo-poo pants.
Damn.
Ethan was just sharing his thoughts.
You know what? I don't like to speculate, but he for sure wears a dildo on his forehead when they have sex. I don't know.
He does the unicorn.
Okay.
Nothing?
Not as good.
You know, one of those things, it's like headgear, and it's just a dildo on the forehead.
Like a unicorn?
Yeah. There you go. You got it.
That's a really
got there.
That's a really good comparison.
That's a fun toy. If you haven't tried it, you should get one.
You want to hit me with crickets or something, Zach? Or you?
You don't even get the crickets.
I'm just letting you cook in there.
Thanks, buddy. Once again, watch the chat. They're gonna love that one.
That one's gonna.
That's what we were.
You ever tried one, Till Bear? The fucking unicorn dildo? Strap on for your head? You can really get in there? I have. I will again.
Thinking, we were speculating.
What is happening?
Sonny's crawling.
What?
Oh, stop it. You guys love it. You know
Question mark, tomatoes.
No, that shit's funny. That's what they...
Okay, I'm seeing LMAOs.
Yeah.
Lamaus, LOL.
Yeah, Lamau.
Okay. I'll get you an Amazon link. Just be sure to use mine. It's an affiliate link, so I get a kickback when you buy your fun toys.
This one was a more mixed reception. Some people, the button emoji, a lot of button emoji, but a lot of
I thought about hitting the
LOLs.
button on that. I did. I'm not going to lie. And that's part of what I do here. I don't lie. I'm honest. I thought about hitting the button on it. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
That wasn't button worthy.
Pulling around,
I'm glad
he's putting
you
everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
We were speculating.
Oh,
And now Ela has giardia.
shut.
Be
Joking.
open as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize people were going to invent some fucking psychotic fantasy and then it'd be spread by people like Denims to the point where CPS was called. You're right. I should have preempted that happening. Bro,
That's right. Jokes are legal again, but only if you're on the right. Now, if you're talking to Hassan and his crew on the left, jokes aren't legal over there yet. So when you joke, they're just going to take it and run with it. Like, obviously, your $3 million mansion is covered wall to wall in poo from a dog this big, which I don't even know how that's physically possible, but it must have happened because they said it and they all agreed with it and then they called CPS for it. And now everybody got giardia. It's just jumping from person to person, even though there's like a 1% chance of a person even getting it, even if they do come in contact with it. Yeah, Lordford, no jokes. Jokes aren't legal, not on the left. The Pomeranian pooped up an entire $3 million mansion. Okay, they said it. It's on the internet, so it must be true.
I can't get over the fact that he's using Bill Burr clips. It literally...
And pulling up the Bill Burr clips from 10 years ago as proof that he wasn't joking somehow. That makes sense. 10-year-old clips to prove current day things are true. That's where we're at.
It's like 10 years ago, man. You were doing the N-word when this clip was played. You want to talk about, you know what I mean? The time, the temporal... You were the N-word guy back then, my friend.
No, this is an iDubbbz from a different universe, okay? The multiverse is real. I saw everything everywhere all at once, and it confirmed it. This isn't the iDubbbz from 10 years ago who was saying the N-word F-slur at the same time you were doing the Bill Burr interview. No. This is an iDubbbz who's always been good, okay? He's from the sacred timeline, and he got placed over here to put you in your place, okay? That's what's happening here. Got a multiverse crossover. It's going to be like 100 different... It's going to be like the end of Deadpool. There's going to be 100 different iDubbbz that you're going to have to fight at one time at the end of this. Mock my words.
What is the relevance of the Bill Burr clip?
That I don't understand people's boundaries. And his only example of that is a moment from a podcast 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. Possible about every fucking thing in my life.
Yeah, really? How many siblings do you have? I don't know, dude. The internet's too fucking weird to give out all that information.
Oh, you don't even want to say how many because you're afraid that it will
by all means,
compromise
keep
your
talking
privacy.
about it.
On top of Ethan...
By the way, we've relitigated this, Ian. He was being a dick. My follow-up question was...
I'll agree. Like, I don't think his follow-up question was out of line. He was just clarifying. Just, like, giving him a chance to, like... Honestly, the response from Bill there shouldn't have been to attack Ethan. It should have been to be like, to double down on how crazy people are on the internet and to clarify, yes, I never talk about that and I never will, so that he can keep future people from ever asking him about it. Because, like, Jesus, dude, like that, he was being kind of a dick. And it sounds like they did another podcast after that, so I'm sure they're fine now.
Completely fine. I didn't ask how many. I asked, oh, you're afraid. Bitch.
Yeah, that's it.
I called him a bitch to his face. No, I'm kidding. I respect Bill Burr. But he did. We also found clips of him on other people's shows being like, oh, yeah, I have this many family members. It's like, what?
Yeah, he was just being a dick.
But anyway, you really got me on that one, Ian. You really fucked me up on that, dude.
In characterizing me and my wife as anti-Semitic, he also takes a dig at my tattoos.
Bro, you literally
oh,
look
no.
like... Oh, we went there. A fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Posting my dubs. Like, literally, my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one.
I have quite a few options here. I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution.
First of all, I didn't know that, but I think you got to spend less time on Reddit, frankly. I mean, these dumb snarker scumbags were posting this everywhere on all these subreddits. I'm not surprised they got one through somewhere. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's okay to think it's bad. It's fine.
Yeah, using Reddit as a source is iffy because it's probably the same people that troll multiple Reddits spreading the same image like the fucking plague. Like an OnlyFans bot just posting. Like, have you ever been on Twitter and seen that? It happens on Reddit too. Like you're on the bottom of a post about kittens and then out of nowhere is a girl going, hey, want to see my tits? Don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans. Just putting that under every post. That doesn't make it true because it got spread a lot.
I think yours are bad, so there's that. Loser. No, Ian's are specifically bad. It's all the same fucking tattoo.
I mean, it does all come down to taste. I think both of y'all's tattoos are bad, if we're being fair. But I think most tattoos are bad, especially on lanky white dudes like him. Look, some body types are built for tattoos, some body types aren't. Mine is not. I have none. Don't ask. Okay, because I have none to show you for that reason.
Like, these are sentimental.
There is no piece of ink I can put on my body that's going to make me look badass, and no spot anywhere on my body. I am totally aware of that, which is why I'm not getting one. Don't ask.
At least this dude was just like, I'll take the eagle. Give me the eagle.
Right. I mean, true.
Like, grow up, bro. What's next? Barbed wire and skulls on fire? That's actually would be even cooler than what he has.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of all right.
Subreddit, which is not a good thing. I mean, it might be a good thing for the artists that you work with because that means that they did a good job from a technical standpoint, but it's sort of a...
He's like, awful taste but great execution, bro.
Look, he's so scared of being offensive that even he had to, like, caveat that by saying, well, the tattoo artist wasn't bad, the art wasn't bad, it was just because it was on you. Like, what happened to you, man? You used to offend everybody and not give a fuck, and now it's like I can't even make fun of a tattoo without caveating that the unnamed tattoo artist who no one knows who it is might get offended if they see this. The one guy. I can't even offend one guy.
You were on that. This dude is on Reddit too much. Too much, my friend. This is what happens when you listen to Snark. This man's life is ruined. Snark ruined this man's life.
Got snark derangement syndrome. Can we make that a phrase? I mean, we can do it for Trump. We can have a version of it for this, right?
I don't know if his life's ruined.
We'll see. We'll see.
Seems like a little extreme.
The story's not over. This event is not happening.
Oh, 10 gifted podcast memberships from Eula Klein.
Oh, hello.
And a $10 donation that says shout out from the Kaka House.
From the what house?
From the Kaka House.
Oh, Kaka House, represent.
Ethan was dumping.
Yeah, and by the way, something that I wanted to read. There was a post by a doctor, and this is really the
by a doctor?
The main point of it. This is by a parasitologist, a person who studies parasites.
Oh.
So this is their opinion on Ian's justification of calling CPS. I'm the head mod of parasitology. Dude, that's credentials. And our parasite.
Okay, I'm not gonna take anything away from this person, but I don't know if that counts as a credential.
Well,
being
how about
a
PhD in biology?
Yeah, that sure.
And I have even named a parasite species.
Okay, I mean that's actually super cool.
What about the movie Parasite? Are they in?
What do they think of the film Parasite?
Yeah, that's true. I'll ask.
Interesting.
Did they star in it even?
I'm the dude in the basement.
Spoiler, dude.
Whatever, that movie's dumb. That movie's so overrated. Oh my god.
What? That's a good movie.
It's not.
Overrated?
Overrated. Boring.
Bro.
Oh, give me a fucking
It's
break.
a beautiful movie.
Give me a break.
You love that?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Dude, that movie's fucking awesome.
I'm the only one. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
I think you are.
I have not seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's say okay. Let's drill down a little bit. You say it's overrated.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't actually necessarily mean because it won Best Picture, right? So you think maybe so. Was there another film that year that you were really pulling?
I'm gonna skip past them talking about a movie. I don't really care about that. There we go. We'll go forward until I see the next bit of content shown on screen.
Like educational videos about parasitology. Channel is called Worm Talk 94. Okay, hold on. I got to check that out. Yo, Ian, I hope you're fucking
Worm
paying
Talk
attention.
94.
This is
Wait. Are they going to say this is an example of him doxing somebody on stream again because he's looking up the public information that they posted? Like when the guy posted his Instagram, so he looked it up on stream. They're like, you're doxing the guy on stream. You looked up his Instagram. I was like, yeah, well, he posted it. It's public. But I guess this is doxing. Here we go, everybody. Enjoy the Ethan doxing segment.
This is real authority. Unironically, though, actually a real authority. Worm Talk. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, the parasite found in your garden, friend or foe?
Dude, I've been loyal throughout everything, but this may be the end for me, Ethan. This is for your parasite take. There's a rebellion. We're having a rebellion in the chat.
You all been infected. That's all I got to say. Let's see what Worm Talk is up to.
What you're looking at here is a tomato hornworm, which is a common pest found in gardens all across North America, where it can be found eating your tomatoes, peppers,
This is
eggplants,
worm
and potatoes.
_talk
Now, if you
94.
found
Are we
this
sure this is the same channel?
Yeah.
There's no underscore.
Yeah, that's not the same.
How many Worm Talk 94 is talking about
Well,
parasitology?
there could be 94.
Yeah, 93, presumably.
Let me look. Worm Talk 93.
See?
Oh.
It's a whole different ballgame. Why
92?
wouldn't it show that channel?
What you're looking at here is a tomato hornworm, which is a common
I'm trying to
pest
learn about
found
the
in
tomato
gardens all
hornworm, please.
across North America, where it can be found eating your tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and potatoes.
No
now,
way.
if you found this pain in your garden, I assume your first thought would be to remove the little bastard and save your plants. However, you might want to reconsider that approach, because what if I told you that this little fella isn't alone and is actually a Trojan horse here to save your garden? Well, that's
I'd be
because
really
this
thrilled.
particular caterpillar is very unlucky and is currently resident to some parasitoid wasps. You see all those white growths on the caterpillar? Well, those are actually...
Oh, that's sad. Now I'm depressed.
I don't buy it. I don't
This
believe
guy's
that.
full of shit.
Yeah, that seemed like bullshit to me personally.
As I like clearing up myths about parasites, as such, I thought it would time to weigh in on the current discussion about Giardia, and there seems to be mischaracterizations of the disease to support a narrative. Now, before I start, I just want to preface, I have never watched Ethan's content or iDubbbz's content. I'm sure there are valid criticism on both sides. Oh, really? Oh, really, Worm Talk 94? What are the valid ones?
Keep reading. Maybe he gets to that. I don't think Worm Talk will lie to us.
On both sides, I'm not interested in discussing who's right and who's wrong. However, I feel like Ethan's Giardia situation is being misrepresented. So first, the biology of the parasite. Little background on biology. Giardia is a protozoan parasite that is transmitted via fecal contamination. The disease is often referred to as beaver fever and is fairly common in people that go hiking, camping.
It is?
Yeah, that's right, beaver fever.
This would be such a funnier story if we were calling it that the whole time. Damn, I feel like we've been missing out. It's got the beaver fever.
It sounds like you want to fuck animals. That's what I got the beaver fever.
JRH.
JR, get on over here, pony. Little missus. This is often referred to as beaver fever and is fairly common in people that go hiking, camping, spending time outdoors. 15,000 cases reported in 2019 in the U.S. The main way people obtain this is by drinking contaminated water, which has the parasite stages swimming around. Typically the water edge for a lake, which likely got contaminated from a wild animal with the parasite. It's very common in wild animals. It is very common in wild animals. Now, the way the parasite works is it attaches to a section in your intestines responsible for fat absorption, and this prevents your body from properly absorbing fats, which is also the reason it is associated with water.
Thank you for the dono guy. Oh, shit. Damn, you guys are trying to make this stream hard on me.
And foul-smelling diarrhea. Because your body isn't absorbing properly, this can also make it more messy than standard diarrhea. Is it reasonable to think that Ethan's paternal duties were bad due to his children catching Giardia? Which, by the way, nobody, again, for the record, only Olive had Giardia. Everyone else was not having
False alarm.
But anyway, let's just, for the sake of Ian's video, assume everybody got Giardia. Now, E's dog likely got it from a wild animal passing through their yard. Well, so he misses she was a puppy and came to us with this, but okay. It's fairly common. I know of people whose dogs have had Giardia, and I'm in New Jersey. Now, once his dog had Giardia, it probably made a mess both in the yard and probably had accidents in the house. She never pooped in the house or had an accident in the house. This is common under any circumstance. Unfortunately, he has young kids who put everything in their mouth. So this easily could have happened in the yard or in the house. A dog could have had some residual material on it that could have easily spread to a child, or child could have picked up a contaminated piece of grass, or the dog could have licked it in the mouth, etc. There's literally tons of options, and it's not really that hard to imagine. Again, this is a very messy illness, so it's not hard to believe that feces would be everywhere. Also, children love to not only put things in their mouth, they often put their hands in other people's mouths too, which could have helped the parasite spread from person to person. Lastly, Giardia takes a few weeks to develop, 1 to 3 weeks. Oh, well, then that, if I knew that, then I would have
known it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was like
it was shortly after,
a day or two after
you adopted the dog. Yeah.
When you're here, your family.
So his child could picked up the disease well before they realized the dog has something wrong. Other fecal.
Congratulations, guy, for getting top of the leaderboard. You guys reached the goal. Your reward, another goal. No, thanks though, seriously.
Or parasite diseases that are super common in America. Fecal oral parasites are not indicative of an unsanitary household when children get infected. Children are just a little gross sometimes, putting everything in their mouths, and fecal oral disease in children is fairly common. Another extremely common parasite found in children is pinworms, with 20% of all American children getting pinworms. Really?
I don't want to even know what that is.
20%?
I could just tell from the name that it's gross.
Horrible.
Let's not. Yeah,
Pinworm?
No follow.
Are they going to Google what pinworms are? I don't know what pinworms are. Fuck are pinworms? Oh, fuck!
No way.
Over here.
No way.
This is also a fecal oral parasite that is common in daycares because children scratch their asses, touch toys, and put those toys in their mouths. Additionally, polio was also a fecal oral disease that is only not present in America due to vaccines.
I actually had no idea that that's how polio spread.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I guess we're kind of blessed to not know that because we don't really have to, because polio is mostly eliminated.
Well, we're working on that.
We're working on bringing it back, baby.
You know, our kids have it too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, and you run it.
I have a friend named Jeff. He grew up with polio. He grew a lot of character from having it.
Brown liquid.
His pock marks as an adult, he looks very distinguished.
We killed each other.
I knew O.J. Simpson came to my house.
It never ends with him.
Harvey Weinstein.
Who else? Go on.
Anyway.
This has got to be the most clippable politician. I've never even heard RFK say half these things. Oh my God, you can take him out of context so well.
Bill Cosby came to my house.
Why are you listening to all these predators?
What was going on at the Kennedy house? Fuck, dude.
What did you do? Was CPS called justifies? Calling CPS on this is a disgusting act and not warranted. Feel free to criticize, but for whatever. But to entertain that CPS call was justified, and to mess with someone's kids is totally not okay. Upon watching the most recent Ian video, I found that he defended this point, not super overtly, but he at least played it down and justified it a little. I found it wrong and gross. You can have beef with each other and acknowledge that messing with someone's kids and also wasting CPS resources on a pointless visit is a bad thing that should 100% be condemned. So too long didn't read. E isn't a bad father for Giardia infections occurring in his house. This is a disease transmission, makes a lot of sense due to the habits of children. And anyone who is agreeing with the CPS call is letting bias influence their opinion. And all parties should be able to agree that CPS call was super fucked up. I tried, and then another edit. I tried posting this on iDub subreddit and got permanently banned.
well.
Yeah, Lord forbid you post facts. An actual doctor gives you the facts on the matter, and their response was to ban him. Yeah, you're blinded by bias. You're absolutely blinded by bias. Just call a spade a spade.
You tried.
But that's
okay.
That's kind of where I was coming from when I told the story. I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's a million different ways it could have happened. I mean, but okay. So let's call CPS.
Anybody who's being honest knows that that wasn't justifiable. Like all any of these people have to say is like, that was fucked up, and I shouldn't have pushed
There's
that narrative.
with these people, and Hassan, they cannot concede any ground for any reason.
The vast majority of people are not remembering anything that happened to them at 3.
seems a little.
It depends on what happened to you at 3. If you had a rather mundane childhood, you probably won't remember it. But if you had something like traumas, you will absolutely remember, or like stuff that's also really, really good. You know, if you have a really good memory with somebody. For instance, a lot of people will remember really good memories with grandparents if their grandparents died while they were at an early age, because it's their only memory of those parents whatsoever, so it sticks with them. Just like traumatic things like being abused would also stick with you. So to act like you don't develop memories at 3 is just retarded.
Boy.
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
How do you know how many memories I had at 3?
So everyone in chat here has
What are you,
a
Professor
collection,
X?
like 50 plus memories of when they were 3 years old.
What an idiot. What a stupid loser idiot. What a fucking collection of the dumbest people on Earth. They're like, hey guys, let's get the dumbest people on Earth and let's all become friends with each other. And then let's boost Ethan's career. The guy that... let's be the best boost to Ethan's career since Frenemies happened.
I need a boost. Somebody boost mine.
Failure in every other aspect, particularly the decision-making aspect.
That's
if
fine.
you want to go tattoo for tattoo.
Is that what I got to do to be boosted? Pretend like I don't remember things that happened to me at a young age, so Denims thinks I'm right? No, never mind. I don't want a boost. I don't want that kind of boost. I don't want to have to simp for Denims to get boosted. I can't do it. Like that is an act I can't keep up for long. Jesus.
Tattoo, Ethan. We can do that. You want to keep it to others?
I don't need to go tattoo for tattoo. You only have 1 tattoo. They're all the same fucking tattoo.
That's not totally true.
That is, bro. This
How
guy.
is it? What does that even mean? No, I'm not following you. He doesn't have just 1 tattoo.
No, but it's all the same dumb shit.
Right, I get it. You think it's like the tattoos from the quarter machine.
He put that on his whole fucking body. Like, he didn't even keep any real estate for like anything like his kids or some shit. His kids don't get any real estate. It's all.
If there is a God above, this man will not reproduce.
The fucking tattoo. It's all the.
He's got some real estate. He's got some. He's only got the eagle on the chest.
Yeah, he still has space for a swastika on his forehead.
He also has space for some squiggly lines. I'm sure he'll have some room for that.
Yeah, you could put that in between.
There's always space for squiggly lines. You'll see his tattoos later on.
For things we can. I'll give you that option. Ethan also talks about the potential CTE that I might have after boxing.
I think for the dono, I think we hit a goal. Did we hit a goal? I hate that it doesn't tell me the goals anymore over here. Yeah, we're on the second one. What? Oh, there we go. It does say done. Okay. All right, cool. I was just checking where we're at. All right, I'll restart the goals.
Yeah.
Ethan, your whole system is scrambled.
No, your brain is scrambled from getting punched in the face too many times because that's a dub. Here's a clip of Ethan being awesome and funny and charming.
Oh my God.
You should watch him. You don't understand the situation. Some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect, I guess. That would be comforting if there was some explanation, at least.
Any amount of CTE that I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
Yeah, what if we both do them? We'll both do 25 at once.
Do 25 each? Or
Oh my goodness.
Dude, this is absolutely stupid. I don't know a single person on the planet, wife or a husband, like, I don't care. I don't know a single married person on the planet. If you were like, hey, would you rather get punched in the face a bunch of times, or would you rather do 50 jumping jacks with your partner? Like, I don't know a single person who's going to go, oh, doing 50 jumping jacks with my partner sounds awful. Let me get punched in the face. What is this on? Like, what? I don't get the joke he's trying to make here.
Great form by both.
Really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about...
This was the weirdest thing. He goes, first of all, bro, I don't know if you know this, but you can't get CTE from jumping jacks.
Yeah. Like, there's no permanent, there's no downside to this.
I'm not following this one.
Yeah, I don't get the
He's
point
saying
either.
that I would rather have CTE than do jumping jacks with my wife.
Why?
He has CTE, Dan.
I don't. I'm trying.
Well, that backfired on you, didn't it, bud?
Trying to engage with this in good faith and understand the point he's trying to make.
You can't engage in good faith with something that was said in bad faith. Also, we have our first debate terms of the night: good and bad faith.
Anybody here have an explanation?
I think what he's saying is it's so embarrassing.
So if you're playing the debate term drinking game, 2 shots. Keeping track here.
Saying that you had to share the jumping jacks with your wife, that it's preferable to have CTE. That's the only. Let me play it again for everyone in back.
That I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
Yeah. What if we do both do them? We'll both do 25.
I bet iDubbbz will share a load with his wife. Now that's comedy, iDubbbz.
5 at once.
25. Okay. He's saying you're weak. He's saying you're not athletic.
I can't.
Oh wait, does he mean because Ethan wanted to split the jumping jacks with his wife? Because he was asked to do 50, and instead of doing 50 by himself, he said, what if my wife does 25 and I do 25? So you're calling him weak because he had to get his wife to do half his jumping jacks for him. I mean, I guess there's a joke there. It's not terrible, but it's so poorly executed though.
Okay, I didn't catch the whole.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 50, but you had Hila do 25.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. God, yeah. That could have been funny if it were delivered better, but he's so scared of offending. Like, it's like he's forgotten what comedy is. I don't understand. Like, this guy invented the YouTube, comedy commentary genre. He paved the way for all of us. What I'm doing right now wouldn't be as popular of a thing as it is if not for him. How did he go from that to fucking this?
By the way, a terribly crafted joke. The vast majority of people would have no fucking clue about the context.
I was really, my head was spinning on that, but I guess I get there. It still doesn't quite. This is not a 1-for-1.
Not at all, because you got punched in the face. And
not talking about athleticism. We're talking about brain damage.
Yeah. Jumping jacks doesn't cause brain damage.
Well, he's saying that boxing's cooler than doing jumping jacks too, I feel, right? Because he's like, I did 2 boxing matches and got CTE.
Of course,
you can't even do 50 jumping
cooler
jacks.
than doing jumping jacks.
I mean, it is, but it's also more dangerous. Most normal people, as cool as boxing is, it's more cool to watch than to do. Like, most average, everyday Joes aren't going to be like, sure, put me in the ring for 3 rounds, or do 50 jumping jacks with my wife, or I guess 25, because each one of them only did. It's still stupid. It's still so stupid.
But I still don't really know what the own is there.
Listen, you make your decision. I'd rather do the jumping jacks than get the CTE.
Keep playing.
Yeah, most people are going to say that.
Wait, Chet.
My goodness.
Chet had a good point. They called you out. They said you made fun of him for saying that. You said he has all the same tattoos and you have 3 dog tattoos.
They're different dogs. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't feel either one of them have the right to brag or make fun of the other's tattoos. Both of your tattoos are objectively terrible. I get it comes down to personal taste, but personally, I think your tastes are horrible. Both of you.
Jesus, come on. Can't you
well, 2 are the same.
You should move on from this point as quickly as possible.
Right?
Okay, 2
Closer
are the
than
same.
an eagle and a sword.
These are both different.
Okay.
Then also I have.
Nope, gonna double down and show them off. But then again, for you, it's comedy. It's part of the joke. For iDubbbz, it's a fetish. Either way, you're both just embarrassing yourselves for different reasons. All right, show off your shitty tattoos, I guess.
This one's that's different.
Right.
Come on. Really? I don't care. You don't have to like my tattoos. I still think it's funny to make fun of his because his I feel are specifically dumb.
Only you got to see his backfire in real time. Even his crew's like, okay. All right, bud.
That's gonna come down to a taste thing.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. I'm not even gonna defend my tattoos. There's plenty of people that can say they don't like it, and that's fine with me. I'm not gonna get defensive about it. I'm not gonna get fucking defensive about it. Dumbass loser, idiot.
You would never.
Great form by both.
Really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about CTE at all? Like, you've continually illustrated that you can't keep track of anything.
It came up because what does that have to do with brain damage? Me being a kooky, goofy, silly man doesn't mean that I have brain damage.
His brain isn't damaged. He's just kind of dumb.
I was born this way, motherfucker. What the hell kind of comparison is this? They were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out.
He can't even keep straight who attacked who first. He thinks that our podcast where we're expressing...
You're coming off a little special needs.
Stop, Howie. That is not appropriate.
It's CTE, Howie.
I think so.
It's not.
Don't you think so?
It's out of his control.
a wet anus.
That's how you catch
sympathy
polio.
for him and Hila was the impetus for him talking shit about us. I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE.
You don't get CTE from harassing people. What the fuck kind of... you don't get brain damage from doing a podcast. What the hell is your point?
I think he's making a joke.
But it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'd rather get CTE boxing than CTE doing a podcast. What the fuck is the... What? Also...
Getting harassment.
Also, can we be so serious for a minute and just acknowledge that this is definitely a picture of me taking out?
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely took a screen cap of you having one of your Tourette's tics and are using it as a joke. Which I would argue is still funny, but for people on their side who are screaming about ableism and all of those things, who have to constantly be politically correct, yeah, this makes them hypocrites. It's a bad look.
Not that
Yeah, probably.
Well, it is. Not that it matters because Anissa said, accused me of being on drugs, so they really don't give a fuck about weaponizing that, so.
Jewish.
What would I expect from people with tattoos like
we
that?
We know he's Jewish, Anissa. We don't know.
They're obviously Jewish.
Yeah. No, I picked up on that.
What do you mean, obviously?
Well, it's on the sign.
It is
obvious.
Jewish.
Oh, yeah, no, it is, yeah.
I wouldn't have I mean, it's fine. She can say something like, as long as she doesn't have any weird off-color opinions about Nazis, then...
As terrible as the Holocaust was,
Oh, fuck.
obviously,
Oh, come on.
and how disgusting it was that did the experiments on people, gay people, handicaps, twins. And
Stop. I've
there
heard.
Handicaps. How are you on record saying this shit and then you're gonna like moral grandstand to anyone else? Do they forget that the internet exists, that people can just look up their old clips? Like, I don't understand why so many creators make this mistake.
obviously Jewish.
I love how the Jews are an afterthought.
Or they did it on Jewish people.
I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE. Ethan acts like we're such great friends and that like he shared such intimate moments with me, but it's all horseshit. He's lying. Like the whole thing is a fucking lie. He's manipulating his audience. We did not have a close relationship.
I genuinely think this dude must have lost like all of his long-term memory, and his life restarted after the second creator clash. The last time he got bopped in the dome.
I mean, you can only speak on that.
Why?
Because I don't know how.
Oh,
how
no.
close.
Well, I mean, look,
that's between all y'all.
Look, it's fucking stupid. We're each other's biggest collaborators. We made like dozens of videos together. Like, what the fuck? We're obviously friends. I mean, I don't understand the whole idea of trying to deny it. It's just weird.
If you let it play a little longer, he's making a point about not answering his text. Because when I was watching this at first, I was like, that's a bad point. But
all right, well, let's hear it.
I am not going to play it.
Hey, guys were buddies for a long time.
Texted me like one time.
Am I right? Check it out.
Beaver Fever, bring that thing over here, a little fleshlight, furry little fleshlight.
Stop.
Come on over here, baby. Talk to me.
Oh my god.
Awooga.
This is how you lean into a meme, dubs.
What's your argument?
Tongue falling out onto the table. And
all right,
unrolling like a red carpet. Am I right?
This video is so dumb and bad. It's so much fun watching it. All right. Like, hey, dude, we should talk this out. And I was like, I don't feel like having this conversation right now. That's it. So Ian kept trying to get me on the phone or text with me. And I told him, dude, honestly, I don't feel like having this conversation right now.
Okay.
Fair, right? I just didn't want to do it. Okay?
Just in that particular moment,
and then
or like at all?
Well, it turns out I didn't want to talk to him at all.
Okay.
If the relationship was that close, you would have talked to me on the phone.
Nah, it was dead. You had chosen your side. This was after CPS came.
Damn it.
And like I said, bro, shit changed that minute that happened. And guess what? I was right, because you literally just you just said the CPS call was warranted. So how the fuck am I wrong for assuming that you're a giant dickhead? And I didn't want to get on a phone call and litigate Israel-Palestine with you or whatever.
Wait, is that what the phone call was supposed to be about? When he's like, I don't feel like talking about this right now, and iDubbbz is making it sound like he didn't want to talk about the CPS call? Is that what was happening? You were ignoring the CPS call because you wanted to stay out of it, but you wanted to call him to talk politics after his children were just threatened? Is that what happened? Yeah, then no wonder he didn't want to talk to you right then. He felt like he had other shit to worry about. Holy fuck.
Whatever fucking dumb shit you wanted to talk about. So no, I don't want to talk to you.
They're going to use that against him. See, he called the Israel-Palestine conflict dumb shit. Yeah, they're going to take that one out of context next.
And I considered our friendship over by that point, so yeah.
You wouldn't have shit-talked me. You would be curious where my brain was at and where I was coming from. There's this moment in the Content Cop where I'm trying to give an example of the cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with?
Why is his...
And your example is the thing that you're doing with this video to continue the cycle. You already made a video on him. He already responded. You making a second one is you fucking doing that cycle, like perpetuating it. I don't understand the point he's trying to make here.
Clip so shit audio. It's like he ripped this from Snark. It's not the same quality. Look at this.
The cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop.
Well, it's from
it can literally...
It's not his own video. This is pulled from our reaction stream, right?
No, but why does it sound so doo-doo?
I think whatever version they ripped from YouTube is just like...
Because it's lower quality. It's not from YouTube. He either ripped it from Twitter or Reddit. That's what that means. Because they don't, like, they do smaller versions of the videos on their sites because they're meant for feeds and not to be watched full screen. That's why it's lower quality.
It's like really low quality. Some of those YouTube rippers like default to like 480p or something.
I think he ripped a clip that someone else ripped, so it's a rip of a rip.
So maybe something like that.
Okay, I mean, I like to think of it in other ways.
Really go on forever.
Look, oh guys, he has a fucking eagle tattoo on his chest. I've always loved eagles. Eagles are so special to me.
If you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of... Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
Ethan and Hila act like they have no idea what I'm talking about here. So, I mean, maybe they don't. It's a very obvious and easy to digest point. That's why I made it that way. I'm going to explain it here so everyone on the internet understands. When you have a podcast where you are constantly emotionally dumping and saying things just off the top of your head, and you're attacking other people randomly...
Who's dumping, Zach? Who's the one doing the dumping?
Ethan was dumping...
No, not that. The one where he admits to dumping on his own show.
Ethan is dumping. Yeah, that's going to become a clip.
What do you mean, not that?
He says, I like to do this podcast. I like to dump.
Ethan was dumping...
All right, fine. It's just me.
Told you.
From your perspective, it's not attacking. Maybe you're just commenting on someone else's situation.
He's got to be one of the most visually repulsive people. FaZe Banks, like, in my opinion, he's somewhat repulsive to look at.
And
pedophile. Pirate software is a more...
Holy shit! Hold on, I gotta go back. I gotta go back. That is wild. I just got flashbanged by that clip. They show Mika's rhetoric and him screaming pedophile, but I remember watching that one. He wasn't talking about Mika's rhetoric when he said that, but taking that out of context is so... Oh, I don't know if they meant to, like, take a jab at Mika's rhetoric like that, but holy shit, that's fucking crazy.
He's somewhat repulsive to look at.
And
pedophile.
Pedophile. Oh, well, poor Mika just caught us straight. I don't even know if they intended to do that or not. Oh, God. Make that a clip.
Pirate software is was like weird about it. Like, by the way, Mike hair looks
Why you gotta do
insane.
my boy Banks like that so dirty?
No, I think I was talking about Mike from PA.
No, you weren't.
Talking about
You
Banks?
just said FaZe Banks.
You're talking about brother.
Yeah, in some of these clips, like, he's not talking about the people they're showing the image of. He was talking about, he went off on a tangent while talking about that person. So their image happens to be on screen, but he's not actually talking about them. But when you clip him out of context like that, you get pedophile. Oh my fucking God.
Brother Banks.
How the fuck could you say that about FaZe Banks?
For what it's worth, I agree with him. He's the kind of guy that looks like he smells. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like you've never physically met the person or been in the same room with them, but you feel like you can smell them. Yeah.
Don't double
Tiger King comes to mind also.
down. Don't do it.
No comment.
No, do it.
No comment. He just looks a little like greasy. You know what
There
I
it
mean?
is.
He looks like a little sandy, a little greasy. That's all.
I think.
Like I imagine he.
What's the name of the big streamer? Look, just because they're big rich streamers doesn't mean that they're the cleanliest people in the world. What's the big streamer that like doesn't wash her hair? Or there was a whole video about. I was gonna react to that on the channel, and I think I lost where the clip was, but. Where somebody did a whole video, like a conspiracy theory on how, oh yeah, Sniper Wolf, how Sniper Wolf doesn't wash her fucking hair. Because I think she joked about it once or twice. Yeah, some of these people are reaching, but I made for a funny video. Maybe we'll react to that on stream tomorrow.
He has sand in his bed.
Let me look up. What did you just say?
FaZe Banks has sand in his bed.
Okay, that might be true. That doesn't have anything to do with his looks.
Can we appreciate how insane my hair looks?
Yeah. Now that's a broccoli cut.
That
you were trying to put that on Hassan the
head.
other day, but that's a genuine broccoli cut.
I agree. That looks insane.
Old voice, it's so lame.
What an obnoxious
come
loser.
get it.
She goes, I can't believe these people are so obnoxious. And he looks like a. Yeah. Yep.
You saying this is? You got a
Dude.
problem with the way this guy looks?
Fucking lightning is
On my screen, Nate?
Again, no comment.
Yeah, right there. Right there. Let's full screen that. Tell me this guy right here doesn't look like he smells. Just saying. Jesus.
Right?
My seed is all over this place.
Oh,
Did you send me a
God.
picture of dick?
That's Brother Banks,
Hold
bro.
on, do you see what I'm seeing? It looks like a dick.
No, I didn't see that. That's
Oh my God.
Where do you even get
I
that?
can pull it up and find a dick.
No.
Don't fucking, oh my
Oh, you
God.
have a saber duel?
I thought this was, I thought this was the head of the dick and this was the hole.
Oh.
You see it?
H3.
Oh, I'm about to skip past this a little bit. I don't care about them talking about FaZe Banks, but I want to see this lightsaber duel. Looks like we're going full Star Wars for the end of this match. I didn't even realize Force Push and Force Lightning are in the game. I've yet to find those. Force Lightning, though, seems OP. Who's going to take it? Who's going to take it? Look, I'll probably cut this part from the VOD, but who's going to take it? We'll enjoy it right now on the stream, boys. Here you go. Exclusive live content you guys don't get in the VODs. We're having a Cell versus Clone Trooper Jedi duel. Although it's weird, the Cell is the Jedi in this situation. He's got Force Push in the blue saber. God, he keeps pushing him into that circle. It's going to pay off, too, if he's good with it. Damn, this has just turned into a straight-up lightsaber duel. None of them are switching to guns. Like, they are just committed to the lightsaber duel bit. I'm here for it. Oh, yeah, you're going to die now. They die now. They die now? They die now. Good job, Cell. Good job, bud. All right.
He's saying call CPS. What the fuck are we talking about,
Right.
dude?
You definitely care about that more.
Listen, I'm not going to be like, Denim, I'm not... Talk about me, you know what I mean? Let's do it. That's not what I'm... What a stupid asshole. Just make it seem like that's what I care about. It's criticism that I'm mad about. God damn. Actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the
Listen,
video...
I stand by all those gags because of who you teamed up with. You're like, let me get the anti-Semitism super squad together. Goebbels. Charles
Anti-Semitism Avengers, assemble.
Manson. I don't know if was he had done swap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hassan.
I don't think that Hassan.
Okay, maybe that's hyperbolic. Maybe that's hyperbolic. I take yeah, maybe.
It's Charles Manson and Goebbels.
Yeah. Charles Manson and Goebbels walk into a bar. I don't know where it goes from there.
That is the back and forth I'm describing. You might have thought we were just saying that Ian and Anissa are bad friends. Well, guess what? we didn't take it that way.
Okay, take it however you want, dumbass.
Yeah, how the fuck is it his fault? Like, if someone takes something the wrong way, that's on them. Like, what?
It's like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. By the way, that was me saying, now that CPS has been called, I don't care about anything, and I don't want to hear any excuses.
Which is fair. Fucking moth got in here. Which is fair. I mean, given like a line has been crossed. This isn't just internet beef that you can just roll past anymore. Now shit got real, so you got to take it seriously. Yeah, like it has to be addressed. You can't ignore it anymore and it'll go away. That's obviously not working. Yeah. Valid reaction.
Like an excuse to me, sir. Friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What we took it as is Ethan and Neil are shit-talking us. They just implied that we are okay with people using CPS as harassment.
You just said it was...
You said it was justified, though, in this
Holy
video.
Fuck, man.
I don't...
Dude.
His video contains so many contradictions. Like earlier when explaining it, he says it's fine, and then later, but we didn't take it that way. Okay, well, that sounds like a you problem. Like I don't understand how anybody's watching this. How like snark derangement syndrome has got to be a real thing. Like you have to be like 18 different levels of bias to watch this and be able to ignore so many obvious contradictions and falsehoods to still be on the side of this. It's insane to me.
Absolutely could make that argument, but he just 10 minutes ago was explaining why it's totally understandable why people would call CPS.
Of course they called CPS.
Right. Yeah, no, you can't have it both ways on that one.
Man, oh man. I can't wait to watch him make a video that not a...
Yeah, it's whichever narrative is convenient to the point I'm making, even if it contradicts me in the same video, even if I take both narratives in the same video. And then people just like watch it and go, yeah, Ethan deserved all this. It's based. He got shut down. I'm like, all right, just admit that like you're biased at that point, because no video is perfect, and to act like everything that he said made sense when he contradicted himself in his own video, it is literally an impossibility to agree with everything he said in this video, because even he doesn't agree with everything he said in this video. Jesus.
About me. Snarkers are gonna leave. They only care about me. Kind of flattering in a way.
Harassment, and now all of their fans are brigading us. So I am going to respond in kind and make a content cop. So yes, that is what the cycle of harassment looks like.
Okay.
And he acts like that was the big own. Like a content cop used to be a thing that scared people, but my God, did you neuter the fuck out of that, man? No one cares about him anymore. Like you officially made content cop a joke. Like it's no longer a big scary thing. It would be like if we suddenly armed our soldiers with Nerf guns, and then wonder why no country's scared of our military anymore. That's what you did. You nerfed the fuck out of Content Cop.
Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
You might think that all of the harassment you're getting has everything to do with your politics and your idea of Israel-Palestine.
No.
But all it has to do with is the fact that iDubbbz's fifis are hurt. That's it. Just that.
It has to do with you holding a sword with a swastika as the hilt, but okay.
Ooh, or that, yeah.
Go ahead. It's about Israel-Palestine.
A lot of my gripes were centered around you dragging me into your shit. You know, you knew that you were going through a lot, and you were saying, I'm hurting. I'm now going to make them hurt because they're not putting their head on the chopping block.
I didn't ask you to put your head on the...
piece of shit.
All right, buddy. I wasn't asking you to put your head on a chopping block. You were
He's just asking you to tell the
playing
truth.
around with the people doing the rumor on Twitter, like buddy. And again, you proved that you agreed with them, which is what we suspected. So, you know. I heard Hassan say, suck my dick from the back. I don't know what that means. But I was going to tell him that.
You're not living, buddy.
What does it mean? How does that even happen?
I feel like it's fair.
It doesn't been that way. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Hassan's dick's got one hell. I don't want to think this hard about Hassan's dick, but I'm just saying, like maybe it curves. I know mine gets hard. It doesn't bend backward. How do you suck it from the back? Maybe it means like 69 in, or maybe you're like, you got. I don't know. I'm thinking way too hard into this. I'll stop. Jesus, I'm sorry.
Fairly self-explanatory.
But
yeah.
the dick doesn't bend like that if it's hard.
Oh, okay, thank you. I'm not the only one having these thoughts. I don't feel so bad now.
I don't know.
Cow, bro.
That just doesn't sound like a good blowjob.
Agreed.
Right, the logistics of it don't sound particularly comfortable.
I don't see how that benefits anybody. Them or the receiver.
Cow style.
Sure, there's anti-Semitic people that are attacking you guys, but they're not me. They're not Anissa.
I love him and Hassan. They always go this. Yeah, there's anti-Semitic people. There's a ton of it. It's everywhere. Not me, though. Okay, let me tell you what's anti-Semitism. Please call into the show, Ian. I'd love to talk to you. In fact, I need you to brief me on what is and isn't.
Don't do that, Ian.
Call in, Ian.
Don't do that.
Come.
It's not Hassan. It's not all these other creators that you're attacking. You're not the biggest victim on the internet, Ethan.
Play the Tim Pool thing. It's not me. You know what it is? It's not me. It's everybody else.
It's everybody else.
Yeah.
Bear with me.
Standing by. We're going to finish this thing.
Yes, please. I don't have to do this for a third night. Please finish it.
You know what the problem is?
That's what I'm here
though?
for.
It's definitely not me.
What's the problem?
It's definitely not me.
Okay, what is it? Oh.
Oh, you went a different route.
All right, let's finish this.
Other people can experience a horrible fucking time. And guess what? They're not getting this other benefit, which is 26,000 viewers. You're getting a lot of money and a lot of content, a lot of things that you care about.
What do you mean they're not getting that? They're content creators too. The more they keep this beef going, the more they talk about, talking about Ethan is literally views for Denims, Frogan, Sean the Black, who Ethan doesn't even know who he is. Like, all of those people benefit financially from this. It's literally their fucking job. What are you on about?
From these beefs and from this harassment, there are a lot of people that you've just bullied and they have nothing to gain out of it. Frogan isn't making a bag from this. She's
bullshit. Bullshit. Her viewership is higher now than it's been probably all year because of this beef. Because of her appearance. Like, her appearance in your content cop has gotten her more attention than anything she's done since she was rising star creator. The fuck are you on about, man? Do you not look at the viewerships? Are you not there for those streams? Because she can play victim all she fucking wants, but she's definitely been eating it up.
She's not getting content out of this.
She should probably shut the fuck up. What is happening? Who am I harassing?
Rogan doesn't need to shut the fuck up anymore.
She's
a friend of the show.
You know what? Should I button that?
I will say Ethan is really funny sometimes.
We're correcting it immediately.
Frogan
I
is
think
really
that's
sweet.
okay.
Honestly, here's this. Frogan is really sweet sometimes.
There you go. That's a very nice thing to say. Maybe we can tear these walls down, Mr. Gorbachev.
You know, if you don't want to get harassed, let's say,
Yeah, this is all content for her. Every time her name gets brought up, she probably giggles a little bit and it makes her feel good. Because this is the most relevant she's been since her name was plastered all over fucking Dexerto articles and Spokepedia for being, rising star of the year that never rose. Yeah, this is the most relevant she's been in a long time. She can play victim all she wants, but then playing victim is just getting her more attention.
By a gorilla. That's me.
Are you the gorilla?
And
Okay,
you're walking through the forest and this gorilla, he chills there. He's always there. You could just walk by. Or you could poke it with a stick until it attacks you.
Uh-huh.
That's my analogy. She's poking me.
King Kong ain't got shit on
She's poking me.
And you're the stupid violent animal.
I mean, kind of. That works. But she knows these guys all
100 Frogans versus 1 Ethan. This is so fucking retarded.
know that, right?
I mean, they were all fans, so yes, they should know that you go to war. Like, you don't let that shit slide.
That's right.
It is, I mean, yeah. That's a fact.
It's who I am. But yeah, I again, this whole characterization of anytime I respond to one of these dickheads as harassment.
Oh, Ryan Beard is in the chat.
What's
Shout
up,
out
Ryan
and
Beard?
said, Frogan frenemies, make it happen. Interesting. Froganemies.
You really think
she can act like she hates him all she fucking wants, but she would sign up. I will call it right now. That bitch will sign up for this in a heartbeat because she is desperate for relevance. More so than Trisha ever was. I'm calling it right now. If he actually was serious about making that thing a thing and using that as a way to squash the beef, she would probably say yes. Unless Daddy Hassan told her not to. Unless Hassan intervened and forebode it, she would do it. Calling it now.
I think that would be an interesting, I mean, she could be
Frogan
very
enemies.
She did retweet for Decatons.
She did?
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, the
graphic.
That's
with
right.
you
He made
guys
like
in the
a frenemies thing with you and Frogan.
She retweeted it?
She did.
Oh, girl, I see you.
Hey, girl.
Told you. Calling it now. Calling it now. She secretly wants it. She won't ask for it, but she's hoping it'll just get offered to her and that Hassan will be fine with it and they'll make content out of it because they'll make a bunch of money. Yeah, that's end of the day. That's what this is about. This bitch craves attention, which is why she acts the way that she does. They have no morals. They stand for nothing. It's end of the day. It's all content to them. And that includes all of their politics. It's not real. End of the day, it's just content for them. They don't actually stand by anything.
I mean, we know that she said it herself. You were like her favorite creator at one point. I'm sure
she was my favorite fan.
She's not happy about being in this beef with you either.
Yeah.
A lot of you have asked for it to return ever since Trisha left. but how hard is it to be like, you know what? I shouldn't have accused you of being like hating Arab people because you unfollowed me.
Well,
hard
you know,
is that?
a lot of emotions were running really high for a long time. Maybe she does regret that.
Maybe
who knows? I don't want to speak for her, but you know, the less people we're at war with, the better, in my opinion. I would love a little reconciliation up in here.
I mean, yeah, for Ethan's side, it's better to not be at war with anybody because that war has entered the real world and it's threatened his real life kids. It's not content for him anymore. Shit's not funny anymore. It's not fun anymore. But for them, it's still just content. So they're not taking any of this seriously at all, no matter what they say.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
You're attacking
I'm sure
her
something will happen in the next 24 hours.
and
Yeah,
endorsing so
that will
much
ruin
worse
all of that,
harassment than what even you send her way.
The shit he said and posted about Frogan over the past
nasty.
years is
Very
like
mean.
insanely
Yeah.
nasty
Talking about
shit.
tech, yeah.
Worse than anyone I've seen. If this is true, absolutely mind-blowing, insane shit.
Hold on. It's not worse than anything you've seen. How could it be worse than anything you've seen?
Literally, no. I guess
He was
not.
very nasty.
He
well, I'm just saying, people like fucking want to like get lay down and fucking like.
I'm talking about specifically
castrate,
against Frogan.
But like he called her fat, right, and ugly, which is horrifically mean. I get called a fucking baby killer.
I was talking specifically about
That's way
Frogan.
worse than being called.
Yeah, they're not on the same level. And you know what? She deserved getting called fat because she made fun of people's race. The bitch had a racial tier list that she bragged about on stage at a convention. They're not on the same level. Tactone's a bit abrasive, but I feel like he just responded like a normal guy would when all this crazy nonsense is presented to a normal person and they get thrust into the middle of it. Yeah, they would probably just be like, the fuck's wrong with you people? And just go off. Like, these people need to game more. Like, Frogan needs to spend one day in public chat in a Call of Duty lobby, and then she'll fucking be desensitized to normal fucking people reactions. Because, my God, you'll hear every slur in the book. Being called fat will be the least of your fucking worries.
Called fat and ugly, in my opinion.
Also,
I mean, it's pretty compelling stuff. I don't think you should call her fat and ugly. To be like, that's super gross and weird.
No, I think I said later in that clip that you're not wrong, that there's definitely one is a much more significant charge than the other.
Yeah, obviously.
Hassan
but both
called
are
Hila a terrorist. He said she's literally a terrorist. So that's something that's worse than being called fat and ugly. I missed when I was just called fat and ugly. Those were the days.
That's true.
Those were simpler days. Just me and salami sandwiches. Missed them.
Yeah, now you're a genocide supporting baby killer. You're a literal murderer. And you hate children. Yeah. What?
On top of Ethan and
the
Hila
salami
constantly
sandwiches
victimizing
or the
themselves,
days?
I did notice that as soon as we didn't immediately jump
you can't
to
eat a
Ethan and
salami
Hila's
sandwich
defense-
now?
No, I fuck with it still, but it was different back then. I was the.
I know this is.
It tastes different now. The meat's been tainted. The salami sandwiches no longer taste as sweet. Do salami sandwiches taste sweet? I don't know. I don't eat salami. I'm a pepperoni guy.
This means nothing coming from a disgusting vegetarian like me. But even back when I ate all those years ago,
I know Dan was a vegetarian. Yeah, I think I see it now. Yeah, it explains like the jaundice in his face. You look a little flush there, Dan. Okay, you need to get some protein in your diet. All right, eat some meat, buddy. If Jesus didn't want us to eat meat, he wanted to eat animals, it wouldn't make them taste so good.
never fuck with salami. It's gross.
I love it.
It's gross.
I
I know. Well, Zach loves salami.
There's a lot of different kinds. Some are gross, some are great, in my opinion.
I just.
Can I fuck with that? I don't like the cold cuts that are like look like bologna, that have like nuts and shit in it. You know what I mean? That shit's nasty.
That may have been the kind of salami I had that I didn't like. Huh, didn't realize there was more than one kind. See, learned something new every day.
Ethan took that to heart and he started to make that his employees' problems. Instead of just, sucking it up and taking it on himself, he decided to imply that Lena is going to have a problem with that.
A lot of this, is that shocking? He's like, I'm putting out this video calling out her boss, who's single-handedly promoting the fight, by the way. And, oh, wait, you had a problem with that? Oh, that put you in an uncomfortable position? Actually, this has ramifications for the crew. The way that they have it set up is basically, if Lena were to drop out, she would lose, she would have to pay back $25,000 or something insane. And besides that, which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out, she's been working really hard. And just because I'm having an issue with what's going on here.
You bringing up Lena dropping out of the fight was you publicly showing to your fans, I don't approve of this. You were saying this shit.
Bro, what the fuck you expect of me? You can't be surprised by that, can you? I mean, listen, I know you want to blame this all on me. You're the dipshit that put this video out, right before the fight happens. I mean, come on, bro. If you put this out after the fight, none of this shit would have happened. That's just logical. You're just an idiot, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Dipshit.
Of course I was going to be upset about it. Of course it was going to be weird for Lena. Are you dumb? Yes, the answer is.
Before the content copy even came out.
Which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out.
Yeah, would you even how many bosses do you know at your job that would do that? If they got drawn into the middle of some internet beef, offer to cover the expense for you if you want to drop out of it to take your job more. Come on, dude. He stepped up when you wouldn't. Why would you even leave this in? This part just makes you look worse. You're just posting Ethan's dubs again.
But now you are saying that you...
Yeah, because there was already... that was after we had started beefing with them a little bit. And it got... I was like, if it's getting uncomfortable, if you don't want to participate, I'll pay for you to... I just gave her that option. That's it.
Yeah, I'd argue
that's
that's
a pretty
fair.
nice thing to do, actually.
Yeah, I'd argue that's beyond fair. I don't know many bosses that would do that. I mean, fuck, I gotta beg to get paid time off when I get sick. And that's just me. Most normal people don't get that from their boss ever. That's above and beyond.
I know somehow that's a bad thing.
Didn't have a problem with any of it until I made the video.
I was totally on board until the organizer put out a video.
How can you call him a tyrant of the boss earlier in the video, and then go to this point where he offers to pay for her. Like, Jesus. It's almost like he forgot what was in the first half of his video when he wrote the second half.
Calling me a psychopath for harassing his friend.
Obviously,
Is that crazy? He's like, you got mad that I made a video accusing you of hallucinating anti-Semitism. Here, apparently he's live tweeting. Call in, Ian.
Do it.
Don't.
Do it. No, call in.
What's this?
Shut up, Dan.
It's a disgusting joke about having sex with IDubbbz. No, I didn't say about. No.
No, well, you did say you wanted to have sex with IDubbbz, but the joke was that his wife's the cuck, not you. But yes, God, I hope he calls in on this. Please tell me Ian calls in that we're about to get a throwdown. I know he's not, because he definitely doesn't have the balls to actually have a face-to-face conversation with him. It's going to be back and forth YouTube videos forever. You know, that thing he said would happen if you started an argument with someone on the internet, that thing he said he didn't like, is going to be his way of handling this, because he won't actually call and talk to him.
That's what it sounded like, though, and that's why immediately I was like, that sounds fucking
Ian
crazy, bro.
Sex.
Right.
I'm having sex with Ian.
Play the fucking clip, Ethan.
Ethan Klein makes a disgusting joke about having sex with IDubbbz's wife and echoes harassment IDubbbz and his wife have been victimized for years. Oh my God. God, we must protect poor Ian.
No, they called her the cuck. That means she's the one watching the sex happen. Did they not listen? I mean, it was fairly clear, and I felt like he clarified it afterward. We laughed about it earlier. This is cherry picking.
Ian and Anissa from the terrorist Jews. I believe I felt bad for you. By the way, Anissa reached out. She wants to meet at the Motel 6 tonight at 11. Okay.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that came off because I'm gonna.
Okay, yeah, I guess if you only heard that part. But you'd have to be clipping it out of context because they clarify immediately after. Like, I got it, but it was a callback to an earlier episode that I guess they didn't watch, so. Still, though, I got it.
And that is why we interrupt.
Because she's the cuck.
But
I explained.
Yeah, that they shouldn't have to interrupt so that he doesn't get clipped out of context. So this God, this feels so like the eggshells that they have to walk on so they don't get fucking clipped out of like it's not his fault if he gets clipped out of context. Isn't that what Hassan's always yelling about? And now he's having to walk on these eggshells so his community doesn't do it to him. Yeah, rules for thee and not for me, huh?
I do explain it though. That's the funny thing. Fuck him. If I was them, I would have just cut it there. But here, because she's the cuck.
Right. This is actually piss poor.
Yeah, immediately afterward, because she's the cuck. You know, the cuck is the one watching.
Okay.
Clip
Ian?
shipping. Him. He's the cuck. Anissa reached out to me.
You know, the
no,
first
wait,
time
she would
that
be
you
the
made
cuck.
the Anissa the cuck joke,
what
it hit really good.
Well,
and I feel like each subsequent one we're getting getting further and further.
What was wrong with the one with that? I thought that
it just sounded weird, kind of creepy.
Well, it is. That's her thing. I wasn't going to show
appreciate
up,
that.
by the way.
You know what? Shout out Ethan's attic.
I was going to send
You
fake
did include
Ethan.
all of the context. You know, this isn't like what was the TikToker who just cut like 2 seconds of you doing the Sig Heil without any of the. I can't even remember his name now, but-
Genuinely going to Gaza.
Yeah, was it? I don't remember.
Was it that one? I don't remember. The point being, the context is there. So
yeah.
Maybe they're just talking about the use of the word cuck.
Bro, I'm not. How can I be an incel? I have 3 kids. I'm married.
They're calling you a cuck and another man impregnated Hilo. That's what they're getting at. You're an incel. You don't actually have sex with her. You watch other men do it. Although they don't have the balls to call you a cuck either because that would make them hypocrites. But, you know, there's always the implication. That's what's being done here. Implications.
Literally whatever, dude. Yeah, I see when I first said it, it definitely sounded bad. But, you know, we landed the plane. And listen, the plane landed, okay? And it was beat up. That thing was beat up. It was missing wings. The
Any
fuel
landing
tank
you
was
survive is a
leaking,
good
but
landing.
we got out.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah, I think it was fine. I think they're reaching here.
Jewish. Ethan has Tourette's. I believe I felt bad for you. Oh, God. You guys are so funny. These people. Hey, hi, Ethan's attic. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. He's watching, clearly. Appreciate you.
He's not going to
Shout out.
respond though.
Probably a
He's
member.
definitely not.
And Anila will
He should
victimize
join.
themselves every chance they get. But when they have the chance to victimize
I-Dub's
someone
definitely
else
not
who's
gonna
on their
join.
crew, they'll also do that.
You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, I'm victimizing Lena because I'm upset about a weird position you put her in.
Now who's using human shields? No, I'm kidding.
Ooh, no, you shouldn't be kidding. That sounds legit. Call a spade, brother.
Jesus, MP.
Wait, him, or me?
You.
How am I using a human shield?
I'm making the joke.
What's the joke?
Oh, I thought he meant him because he was talking about. Okay, whatever. I misread that too. It sounds like everyone else did.
Well, the joke is that he's saying that he's saying that you're using Lena, you're victimizing Lena. So I'm saying you're using her as a human shield.
But what do you mean now? Who's using human shields?
The joke about Hamas using human shields.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm the.
In this case, yeah.
I'm the foil to Hamas.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fair enough.
It was spicy, but I appreciated it.
I was just trying to make sure I understood it.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't get it. It was a politics related thing. I'm still thinking drama. I'm still drama brained because I don't care about politics. I'm here for the drama, baby.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Lena's my human shield. So what? What do you want to do about it? Force this situation on her, B.
Forgot to care about Lena. Why would I do such a thing to Lena? Dude, you have as much agency as I do. You didn't have to badmouth me on your podcast. That was a choice that you made.
So go.
Okay. Well,
Okay, I mean, like, there's a little bit of a point there.
it is, but like, so when we were understandably upset and we went in.
Yeah, he has to have at least one valid point in this. Like, you do have to give him like you do have to bite the bullet on something in the video. Otherwise, it just looks like you didn't take any of it seriously. And yeah, like in order to get the win over him, it has to be, well, not the whole thing was bad because no video is 100% bad, not even this one. Although I'd say it's a good 99.9.
On them pretty hard. I mean,
but you do got to give them like one dub. Like you do got to give them like one solid point. You do gotta engage with it in a way that they want and say, you know what, you were right here, and give them something so that they can't say that you were just there to hate on it, if for no other reason than that.
Personally, I felt like they could have let it slide and it would have been fine. We were understandably upset. The thing is, they really could have disarmed the situation immediately if they're just like, you know what, I didn't appreciate being talked about like that. Like, we don't support that at all. Whatever, something like that, you know. But they refuse to ever say they don't support it, or that they don't support the people that did it.
Right, and again, this is why my head is spinning a little bit with the arguments that he's making because he did say it was justified in this video.
In this video.
Right, so.
Remember that?
Like, if he hadn't said that, I feel like his point would be much, much stronger here. But
If only he hadn't contradicted himself, we could take him seriously.
But he did, so.
He got us.
Go fuck yourself.
I agree. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
Oh,
God, is that not the laziest fucking editing too? Just plain white text and what is that? Content cops, content deputies. They used to have skits in between them. They used to have things that tied them together. You do some real world skit that helps prove the point you're making. This is just a lazy iDubbbz complains, and even lazier than usual because you're doing like fucking stock imagery and clip art. Like, it's just as hastily thrown together. Like, I have zero, and I mean zero experience editing videos. You watch the videos on my channel, it's pretty obvious I'm still learning. But even I put in more effort than that. So I take the time to make my own thumbnails and graphics I hastily throw on there.
Organizers of this event are not jumping to my defense. All right, well, maybe instead of shit-talking them, maybe I should zip it.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. His point is, you said something mean to me, so of course I went like completely nuclear on you, like right before the event when one of your employees was fighting. This presumption that he thought everything was going to be totally fine, that Lena wasn't in an awkward position or anything at all, is really something. It's really, really fantastical. situation. And again, you forced this situation on her. By the way, Ida, Selena's fucking having a panic attack.
So go fuck yourself.
True. I agree.
But you're just lobbing it to me and Anissa. I'm lobbing.
You were mean to me, therefore it's your fault Lena's having a panic attack? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what it all boils down to. These guys have main character syndrome. It is all about them. Their hurt feelings, they're being attacked, them. If something's happening to them, it justifies anything that they say or do. And it becomes an excuse for it is all about them. The minute you hurt their feelings, then they can do whatever they want.
Blame the Jews. Here we go.
It even changes the context of the things you're doing because they almost enter this conspiracy mindset where, no, he did that to her to get to me. That like they find a way to insert themselves into shit.
Again.
Wow. How about that?
It back to you. You're the one who brought it up. If you lob it back to me,
oh, you know what? Hit him with the joke thing. Hurry. Nate.
Oh, it's too late. The clip is over.
Oh,
yeah,
Nate,
the clip is over.
Slow.
Nate, what the hell, dude? They already clipped me. And I said, oh, great.
His producer dropped the ball.
Blame the Jews again.
In their defense, it is a new bit they're doing, so, they got time to get used to it.
Someone used that clip. We used the earlier one.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have your back publicly. Well, fuck you. I'm going to lob it back and say, you're being irresponsible on your podcast, and you're not taking any accountability for the shit you're putting out online.
All right, Ian wants to play hot potato with accountability. Well, let's see. We'll see who gets hurt more from this silly game of hot potato. Now it's your fault, actually.
Nah, you. No, you. No, you. I feel like that's where we're at with this.
I think that's going to do it for this video. There's a lot more that I can share, but I'll save that for the future. And in close,
there's more. There's more. I can't wait.
Oh, God, I was ready to be done. Well, iDubbbz, don't release it anytime soon. Give us some breathing room here, man. Take some time to compose your thoughts so you make a better video, because this one's been absolutely god-awful. I mean, I thought it would be impossible to do worse than Content Cop, but here comes the deputy.
Wait for the Ethan trilogy. What's next?
closing, I will reiterate so that, there's no ambiguity about it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely. We hope that the event is a massive success this year. We hope that all of the fighters get what they wanted out of it. I'm sorry.
I'll say it before I say it again. This, for the sake of, the entirety of the internet, this event needs to fail. If you want to give money to charity, just give money to charity. I would not trust the people who lost charity money during the last event to give money to it during another one. That's it. They shouldn't be allowed to handle a charity, even if they're passing it off to other people. And from my understanding, the people they passed it off to are the same people that were helping them run it last time. So I don't trust them either. Even though they say they're not involved in some way to save it. Yeah, but you're still handing it to the same motherfuckers that helped you last time, that helped you mishandle it last time. Nope, that's it. That's it. You're done. Don't give them money. Don't do it.
Sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit.
Maybe if you don't give them money, if seeing these creators fight is really what you want, still give your money to charity. Don't give them money. And because I have a conspiracy theory, okay? I'm conspiracy theory brained, but here it goes. I believe that Jake Paul is hoping that this thing will fail. And that's why he did his fight on the same day as this, to try to make it fail. And then when it fails, I think he wants to buy the brand and then run it himself with his company and his much better experience actually running boxing events. So I'd say, yeah, let it fail, and then maybe you'll still get to see your favorite creators fight under the Creator Clash brand, but being run by Jake Paul and his team, people who actually know how to run a boxing event. Maybe it has a charity component, maybe it doesn't, but who cares? You want to see him fight, you pay to see him fight. You want to donate to charity, you can go to their websites and donate to them at any time. I don't know why we need an event for that to happen. Just if somebody really wants to donate to a charity, it's not like you need an excuse to do it. Those things take your money anytime you want to give it. just go give money anytime you feel like it. If it's really just about the charity for you.
I'll put the link to Creator
Thank you, Cautious. Welcome to the stream, by the way.
Clash down in the
Okay, I
description
mean,
if you want to support them.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it. You're nasty. Yeah.
I mean, he's basically saying, like, I'm sorry I couldn't keep it together.
You know what?
Yeah, he's basically saying, I'm sorry I fucked up. Please help me not fuck up again. But that shouldn't be like, you're getting desperate. Please, for the love of God, support this. No, that's on you. You have to give us a reason to support this. Like, you fucked it up last time. You should have to earn that trust back, not just beg for it back because you're in the middle of an internet beef that honestly should have waited until after your event. This is just proof that you don't know how to handle this shit.
Would have been nice, giving the fighters a heads up before announcing they were quitting.
True.
That would have been a nice gesture. I think that's fair.
That's good leadership right there. You know.
In their mission to get creators to fight and raise money for charity, you can do that down there. I will be doing that on my own, and I hope you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the
That excludes all of us. Who are you talking to?
If you're watching.
No one who watches him, or Ethan for that matter. I don't touch grass. I mean, I have a job, a wife, and kids, and this is what I choose to do with my spare time. I sacrifice sleep for this, so if you guys are enjoying the stream, or the VOD if you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Help me waste more time doing this when I should be working and or sleeping. Well, sleeping mostly, because, you know, I work during the day, and then I stay up at night after I spend time with my family to do this. Oh, God, what the hell was I thinking? YouTube's a hobby for me. Help me make it not a hobby.
30 minutes into the content deputy. I don't think you were.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Touch grass in a while.
Everybody just turned
us
the video
included.
off.
I'm not accepting us.
No, I don't touch grass. Grass is insane. It gives you a rash. It's icky. Grass rash. Remember that? Gets you itchy.
like button on this video, not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically
this is it.
so that we can add a counter narrative or I can get an idea of how much AstroTurf.
He's begging people to like his video in fucking 2025, bro. We all.
Yeah, that's something I can do because I'm a new YouTuber. But I mean, you're iDubbbz, you're YouTuber legend. You should be past this point, man. This is sad.
Agreed. That was like the cringiest thing to do years ago.
No, we didn't agree.
I'm gonna die. I spent too long in the storm. Holy fuck,
You've been
thank
saying
you.
that. We've always said you should encourage
like
people to tell.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button, hit subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you, Nate.
We made a video together making fun of these smash the like button guys.
Oh, you and Ian did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look, I'll say it, but I'm not gonna use the graphic. Okay, I'm not that desperate. Again, just a hobby for me. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I'm still enjoying myself. Thanks for watching, though.
Okay. When you said we, I thought you meant us.
Or wait,
we do not agree with you.
At least we did the joke together. I don't know if we made the video together. We've done that joke before, though.
I gotcha.
Not so it goes in your algorithm or anything.
Well, you got to listen to
Hope
this.
you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the like button on this video.
For all of you that touch grass, I need you to hit the like button. What? These are not the people that touch grass aren't hitting like.
Not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically so that we can add a counter narrative or I can get an idea of how much astroturfing is out there, because I know that a lot of these fuckers, they love their dislike button extensions. And I saw that shit and I was like, what the fuck? These are all like fabricated numbers. The like dislike ratio was like 80-20 on my video, and then they tried to create a narrative of like, no, people actually hate this content cop, guys. It's actually so much worse. Like, bitch, like, people were more upset with, like, my wife being on OnlyFans. You're not gonna convince the internet that fucking Ethan Klein isn't being a piece of shit. Like,
what does it have to do with dislikes? Wait. You just said we're both pieces of shit. Anyway, so here's what's interesting. He shows the dislikes for, I guess the video was him defending Anissa doing sex work. And he shows the likes on it and the dislike.
Yeah, this feels disingenuous to me because he's doing this to disprove that like extension. And I mentioned earlier, you have to give him a dub sometimes, especially when they're right. And this is the time he's right. That dislike extension you can get for Chrome, it is it is at best within the ballpark, maybe, and at worst just completely fucking random and arbitrary. The only people it's going to show you that dislike the video are other people who use that extension. And the more views a video gets, the less of those people there are for it to calculate. Because, I'm sorry, a fraction of your audience is probably actually going to be using that extension. So the bigger your watch number gets, when you get into the millions like him, chances are only maybe 5 to 10% of those viewers are actually using that extension. And then that extension is showing you the analytics of that and using some kind of algorithm to try to guess the rest. So it's just guessing. But him showing the like to dislike ratio here, the way he's showing it, there's no date attached to it. There's no time attached to it. There's no like total view count attached to it. I mean, we know it's got at least 450,000 likes. I guess you could do the math to try to figure out like how many viewers there was, but like he should show the total viewership because we don't know when in this video's lifespan that was taken. It could have gone way up or way down since then. So just something to keep in mind. Oh, I'm glad I could help, Cautious. I love it when my my content can entertain. I'm glad you're enjoying it. You know, if you want to show some support, you can subscribe, you can like the video, or if you really feel like donating, there's some buttons or some links down below you can click. Really help me out.
And people matched it up, and it's like extremely accurate.
Match what?
It depends on the video, because I think Tectone did a video where he was able to match it up, but that was with a relatively new video, and you know, a lot of his audience probably uses it because of who he is, or maybe because they knew he was doing that experiment. So then there's been some where I think Asmongold tested, or some other big streamer tested it, and it was nowhere near accurate. So at best, it's just guessing. Hey, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Even a blind squirrel can get a nut every now and then. So maybe sometimes it guesses right, but it's not to be trusted.
What up? What do you mean?
Towards the video, because it shows the amount of dislike.
I'm confused why he's showing this. This is not the like ratio.
Show the like ratio of the goddamn video you're doing.
So what he has on screen right now is from an old video.
Yes.
Is what he said. Okay.
He goes,
so
look,
does he
this
go
video...
on to show the one that's in dispute?
But why would he go on and on about how, oh no, but this video had less likes and you guys are just silly and the dislike? Just show the likes, bro. Just take a picture and show it and say, we're dumb, we're idiots, it's wrong.
Yeah, you take a screenshot.
And he doesn't after this? Like when you unpause?
Ian, tweet out, send us the photo. You can tweet it out still, it's not too late. I know you're watching.
Why wouldn't
just live stream your YouTube dashboard? That's what Tectone did to prove his, and that's what I think Asmongold. Couldn't have been Asmongold. It might have been another big streamer. There was another big streamer that also did the same thing. They live streamed their dashboard to check that like to dislike extension and found it to be super wrong, and Tectone found it to be on the money. So it's still kind of up in the air. I don't trust it. If you guys want to trust it, you can. I don't trust it. I mean, I look more at the comments and what people are saying about it when it's posted to find out if it's accurate or not per video, and to kind of get a gauge on how people are reacting to it. I mean, the only people who know those numbers are YouTube. So your creator dashboard is accurate because that's coming straight from YouTube, but absolutely nowhere else is going to be accurate, I don't think. I don't trust that. I don't trust this third-party stuff. YouTube took that stuff away for a reason, and there's no way they made it easy for third parties to access. They gotta just be guessing.
So confused.
I'll play.
Why would you show a different video's like ratio when trying to disprove that?
I wonder if he's doing some kind of 4D chess. He's trying to bait us to say that.
He's manipulating. Well, this isn't for you. This is for his audience. He's giving them a talking point. That's all this is.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm trying to figure it out.
He's giving them a screenshot and a talking point to go to, because leaving no context in the way he did, they can point to it and say that's whatever video they need to defend. Yeah, it's manipulative as all hell. That's why I don't like the way he's displaying this information.
I'm trying to understand what relevance this
he's
has.
Showing us a different video's like ratio to prove that he's not lying about his current likes ratio, which he could just show us a screenshot of it instead of doing all this stuff. Just tweet it out, Ian. If you want to prove us wrong, just tweet it out. Right. And no photoshopping either. I want a video. I want it recorded on your smartphone of you going up to your computer, logged in, and then refreshing
I mean, you could use
the page.
OBS, but yeah, I see what he means.
Mine isn't being a piece of shit. Like, sorry guys, it doesn't matter how many dislike extensions you have.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi. I don't know if you noticed, but
I mean, I still think like you should just give him this one. I mean, not give him the like to dislike. You're right to call out that he may not be showing you the analytics for that specific video, but you should also give it to him that dislike extension probably isn't accurate.
Dislike extension is about people not liking you. I'm not saying people don't dislike me. I mean, they're out there. Trust me. Okay, yeah, fuck you guys too. Okay, how about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
It's blatantly and obviously fucking disingenuous. This shit blew my fucking mind. Like,
what? Dan reacting to bad faith accusations of anti-Semitism? This was you reacting, I think, to when you learned he excluded the CPS call.
What?
Well, what is this from? Fuck you guys too. Okay, how about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
It's blatantly and obviously fucking disingenuous. This shit blew my fucking mind. Like, this is fucking insane. And like, dangerous. He is going out of his way to slander
He's saying
you.
that you're criticizing me. You're talking about him.
I don't remember the context, so I don't know.
Can we find the context? Because this is mind-bending stuff.
As a neo-Nazi. Like, that can get you hurt.
And then there's this, which he's in his underwear and he's trying to, I guess he's showing off his tattoos.
Yeah, I don't get the ending of this at all, where he plays a video about being Ethan's best friend. I guess it's supposed to be a meme thing, but I think it's more a joke inside his little friend group than one that the rest of us are gonna. This was just weird.
And he's dancing.
What episode is that from? I'm kind of baffled.
You are the rent payer. You are the legend.
This is
It's
very
just
weird.
weird. Yeah,
I think I
it's
remember
just
the
weird.
context. It's the guy who said the what was it? Hassan is considering going to Gaza. It's because he made the video with Ethan doing the Nazi thing, and you said that's dangerous for you to imply that Ethan's a Nazi because he could get hurt. That's from my recall from my.
So
wait, what?
He just
that was
lied?
like months ago.
Wait, he just completely lied? What a weird... Why would you end your video with that?
Pretty sure that's the context. We have to look it up.
No, I know for sure you were defending me. You definitely were.
No, what Nate's saying, that's kind of clicking for me. I feel like that was, yeah, when I just mentioned him, the guy on TikTok who clipped you and tried to imply that you're a neo-Nazi.
I think he's saying that in that moment you were calling someone out for falsely saying Ethan is anti-Semitic, and you were saying that's dangerous. So he's saying that Ethan doing that to others is dangerous.
He's holding me up as an okay.
He's so stupid. Oh my
No,
god.
Wow, this is so convoluted. Like, this reference is so... No one got... I don't think anyone got that other than them just putting it together. And that's because they literally, like, know every episode of this podcast in and out because they do it for a living. Jesus. Okay, I mean, I guess that's what he was trying to do, but it still feels so weird.
Thank you, AB. That actually does at least make sense. Because, like, if it was just... Yeah, the way I was taking it before, it just seemed insanely non sequitur.
That's the way I was hearing it too.
I see. Well, listen, man, I stand by that. I do think it's true to it's dangerous to call somebody a neo-Nazi in this environment. What happened with Ethan was that he was criticizing Elon Musk for doing Sig Heil at the inauguration, and just 1 second of the video was clipped out completely out of the context without the criticism and put out there and directly accusing Ethan of being a neo-Nazi.
A Jewish man, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like that's
and I mean
that is sufficient circumstance to make that call.
The difference also is that I'm accusing you of being anti-Semitic. In earnest. I do think that.
Right. I guess by implication, he's saying it's dangerous for you to be saying that he's anti-Semitic.
You should not
and
be
that it's a lie. Yeah, I mean, that's between y'all. I mean, I do appreciate that in that clip that we watched earlier, which you were holding up as an example of like, look at how Hassan told him to shut up or whatever, but it did seem like he was walking it back a little bit.
Yeah, he was right there.
Which I think is all anybody, I mean, the entire time that we were talking about that sword thing, I feel like we were not quick to jump to conclusions there.
Dude,
and it was
so
a slow
fair.
revelation.
Up until we found a clip of him saying it's a swastika sword, I was like, there's no way they did it on purpose. I don't believe they did it on purpose.
Right.
I was being so fair about it.
And I feel like the ultimate conclusion, which we arrived at, which was that if it truly was unintentional, it would probably be just a good idea to just take it down, because it's understandable how that could be interpreted. And it almost sounded like Ian was there when he was with Hassan, but then it got shut down. Just in the sense that he was, kind of owning up to it. What did he call it? He said it was careless. He called it careless to pick up that sword.
Well, then Hassan said no.
Right. That aside, I'm just talking about
that was
Ian
intentional. Don't apologize. We did that shit on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he tried to say it was an accident, and then Hassan completely threw Ian under the bus during their debate. I remember seeing clips from the debate, because again, I don't care about the politics stuff, but I did care about the swastika sword bit and when they talked about the drama stuff. And yeah, he almost just immediately threw iDubbbz under the bus there with the well, iDubbbz picked that up. He wanted the swastika sword. He just immediately okay, so it wasn't an accident. Yeah, he just completely fucked up and just threw iDubbbz under the bus. I don't know how iDubbbz isn't seeing how obviously he's being used here. It's wild to me.
Yeah.
Anywho. So we're done with iDubbbz. That's good. Well, we're done for Hassan.
Okay. Well, they're done with that, so I'm done with that. All right. Well, there you go. There is his response, and it is went about how I thought it would go. Yeah. Just don't engage seriously with most of the arguments, because most of those arguments weren't serious. I do think he should have gave him a dub with the dislike extension. Maybe not give him a dub with the him showing the ratio at the end, but definitely with the extension itself, because those extensions definitely aren't accurate. I don't care what anyone says. I have seen the fact that there's so many contradicting claims. Some people claim it's perfect, and then other creators will claim it's not. It's definitely not to be trusted, and you should give him the dub there. It'll show good faith, and yeah, I mean, no side's perfect. Some sides are gonna get some stuff right, some sides are gonna get stuff wrong. I think Ian got more wrong, and that's what matters. I think that he's got a humiliation fetish. There's no way you can't look at the treatment from Hassan specifically during this entire thing and not know that Hassan doesn't give two fucking shits about you. You are being used for content, which is ironic, because in the Airsoft Fatty video that we watched, you were using him for content, and I thought that much was obvious. And now you've become a lolcow that bigger streamers are using for content too. So it's, I mean, Frogan tweeted about karma. I'd say, yeah, she's right. It's real. And iDubbbz is, well, he's feeling it. He is feeling the karma right now. Anyway, thanks for watching this one, guys. If you're new to the stream, be sure to like and subscribe. Oh my God, how did he get an angle on me? Listen, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. We do these streams every night at around 11 p.m. Join the Discord. There'll be a link down below. That link's good for 7 days from the day this video is published. I can't do permanent links yet, so if you guys want to join the Discord and boost so we can get to that point, we're one level away. Do that. Then you can become part of the content. You can sit in on a voice call with me. We can react to this stuff together, or you can get exclusive chat rooms there and stuff that isn't in the normal chat. Hey, and if you're somebody who just likes to watch the edited videos where I cut out all the dead air and I cut out all the nonsense in between and try to make it more digestible, hey, I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you put me in your ear, listen to me while you go on a jog or take me to the gym, and like and subscribe for more. For now, though, I'm going to continue my stream and start my next bit of content. So, thanks for watching this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one.